First Florida man, Ando de Soto. First Florida man, first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you solo go show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies, them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8 subscriber, I'm a bagoso. Jump in them sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I'm trying to coordinate. I have a surprise guest popping on for a couple of minutes and trying to get that all set up. So, my apologies. He's not here yet, but hopefully he will be. What was I saying? Oh, so I'm going to start off with a couple of just little shorter stories, and then we're going to get into the shooting in Michigan, and then we might go back to shorter stories. But I want to get my guest. Oh, he's here. He's here. We don't even have to do that. Please, everyone, a round of applause for my good friend Shane from North Georgia Audits. Hello, Shane. How are you? You can't hear me. I can't hear you either. So that's a problem. So what I'm going to do, everyone, is I'm going to get into a short news story. Oh, you got it? I still can't hear you, though. Audience, can you hear Shane? I cannot hear him.
I got you now.
Oh, we can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
Difficult.
Let me turn you up a little bit. You're very quiet. I can fix it, though. Okay. So Shane has been on my channel a few times now. I consider him a friend. And he directed me to that video we watched it was 2 weeks ago of that. What's the department again?
Danielsville Police Department.
Danielsville. Your audio is really not great. Is there any way to get the mic closer to you or something like that?
This thing's been giving me trouble because I work from home. I got another one on the way. Is it any better now?
It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But you're only going to be here for a few minutes.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to talk about is the woman, Maria, whose dog was killed a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it was like a month ago now, but I covered it on my show a couple of weeks ago. You are trying to help her because she's got a bunch of legal bills now. Is that right?
Well, yes. See, what they did was they charged her for the couch being in the yard. That was the original citation that they wrote. Am I coming through clear enough to understand?
Yeah, I'm just
okay. I'm just making sure I want to be able to be heard.
Audience, can you hear him? I'm going to turn you up as far as you'll go on my end.
This PlayStation microphone. Don't ever spend $300 on PlayStation microphone.
I get it. I think you'd almost be better using the webcam mic.
Well, that's what I was doing at first, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh.
So
we'll deal with it.
So we went to the court date this past Monday. I went with her, got some video. They charged her the initial citation, the one citation that they were writing her when they were there and unalived the dog was for the couch, right? Yep. So the day that we get there for the court date for that citation on Monday, the chief had written up a citation on Friday called animal care for the animal, breaking it wasn't a chain, it was a cable that was attached to a runner. So he wrote her another citation. So he talked her down to $200 for the couch, and she was going to
$200 for having a couch in your yard.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, they came out the day before to warn her about it. Less than 24 hours, they come and write the citation, and that's when what happened with the dog. Now, then he said, $200 for the dog citation too. And she said, we'll go to trial over that. And I was in her
She's up
ear
to
because the way this court works, like I was able to speak a little bit too. I told her,
okay.
I said, do not accept it. They went from $200 on that citation for the dog down to
Mhm.
50 just to get her to plead to it, so it protects them in the long run, or should protect them in the long run in a civil suit. Which the civil lawyer that we're working with right now says that's
Yeah.
not the case. He says, because the judge kept telling her, look, if you want to take this to trial, and he held up one hand, he said, you lose at trial, $1,000 is the fine. You go ahead and pay it now, $50 is the fine. And she speaks broken English, and we made sure she had a translator there. But
Yes.
they basically intimidated and coerced her into pleading guilty with that. And I understand. And I told her outside when we were talking about it before she did. I said, listen, this is your choice. I'm telling, and I was telling her why they're doing this, and they did it out of retaliation because they've gotten call flooded. Their Facebook got blown up. They did
I
it out of
emailed them.
retaliation. Yeah, you emailed them. They did
Yeah.
it out of retaliation and to try to protect themselves in the long run from the civil suit. So yeah, and this is a woman who is currently on workman's comp from hurting herself. She's been on workman's comp
Okay.
for I think 4 to 5 months. So she doesn't have money, but she also has grandchildren that she takes care of. Hispanic families are big, and they take care of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's that type that will let anybody and feed anybody and take care
Mhm.
of people. She's one of the most just genuine people I've had the pleasure of knowing for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So right now, I've been working on the GoFundMe's are weird. One, they take a while to pay out,
Yeah.
and then they also take their percentage, so that's big business. And I've never wanted it to seem like a scam. I've never asked anybody on my channel for anything. I had legal fees. I've never asked
Yeah, I
anybody
know.
for, so and I'm not a scammer. I have no need to scam. I gave her some cash out of pocket. But
Mhm.
I'm also just trying to get people. Look, if people have $1 or $2 that they could send to her,
Yep.
that adds up, and could help her out in the long run, recoup the fines that she had to pay, and then also hopefully start a nest egg to retain this lawyer. We have to pay him a retainer. He
Yep.
said that he would just, if we paid them the retainer, he would file everything he needed to file. If it goes to trial, then we'll talk about a price. But
So,
but
the link that or the screenshot you sent me is for a Cash App, but goes directly to her. This is not
yeah,
going to you,
no,
and this
no,
is
it goes
going
directly.
directly
Her
to her.
daughter-in-law set that cash app up for her this
Yep.
today because she doesn't have any of that Venmo or anything like that. She just has cash app, or she didn't have cash app until today.
So what I'm gonna do, because it's a screenshot, I'm gonna have to type it out. I'm gonna put it in the chat. If anybody wants to help Maria, remember this is the woman. Now, not only did they shoot her dog, they are now. It's going to be anywhere between $400 and $1,000 in legal bills just to get back to normal. And that's not even like, not that you could replace a dog,
Yeah,
but if they want to adopt another dog, I know I've adopted like there they are, 2 dogs, here in Georgia, and I think Xena was $150 adoption fee, and Ava, since we got her as a puppy, was like 200 and something. So, uh, and I imagine burial costs or something like that, like vet fees for them to dispose of the animal,
that she
I'm
did
assuming.
that. Well, that's what happened. Actually, at the end of the original video, the chief has
Yeah,
to go over and ask his lieutenant, "Do we need to collect the dog?" And he said, "No, I mean
yeah.
we could, but whatever." But so what they did was they took it and had it cremated, and just kept the ashes
So
because
it's
that was her
$
dog.
Maria.
And that
I
the
wanna
M
make
in
sure I'm
Maria and the L in Lopez have to be capitalized.
Maria, Lopez.
Don't
I'm
mind
double
my
checking
mental
my
break.
work. Um, 3256, 3256. So it's the dollar sign, Maria Lopez 3256. That is her Cash App. Double check my work there, Shane. I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Yes, and like I
Um,
said, the M in Maria and the L in Lopez has to
yep.
be capitalized for you to find her. For those that don't know, And I just want to say thank you, Katie, for even bringing
Yeah,
me up here real quick to do this, and
absolutely.
for the attention you brought to it. I had tons of people come over and after you did your live stream,
Mhm.
and talk to me and leave comments. And I want to thank you. Anybody that does, look, if you don't have money, you don't have to donate. I'm not begging, but if a dollar helps. If 100 people send $1, that's a start. But anybody that's able to, not only would he appreciate it, but I would appreciate it because I just want to see her
Yeah.
be able to be happy and to maybe heal, but at the same
Mhm.
time, not have to worry about these fees that she's had to pay. Now she's out this money that she paid for the fees and things like that. So anybody that's able to give what you can, if not, send prayers up for her. And that's enough.
Prayer, yeah, absolutely.
If
Um,
if you can't donate, just send a prayer up.
I'm gonna put my, because a lot of people don't have Cash App, so I'm gonna put my I thought it was in my channel description. I'm not good at this job, but I'm gonna put oh, here it is. I'm gonna put my Venmo up here as well. If you guys want to Venmo me, I will make sure that every dollar that comes in, uh,
Everybody in here
to
trusts you. Don't worry.
Venmo yeah,
I've
will
done
get
that
to
actually.
Maria.
Somebody actually reached out to me on Facebook and said, "Does she have Venmo?" And I said, "No, but if you could Venmo it to somebody that you know, and then they
Yeah,
can cash out it to her." So that happened once, I think. I haven't talked to her this evening since. I wanted to give it time to maybe generate, and
yeah,
see where she gets to, and we'll see what happens. But I just want her to get back to when we went to that court date and she had to look
mhm.
him in the eye because he's the chief of police, he's in there for the court hearing. And then when the judge made him explain to her why he added the animal care
Mhm.
citation, she just broke down. She's scared of it, and this has been going on since 2019. He actually
Well,
lied. He
she
actually
has to
lied.
live there,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
well, see, he actually lied in his police report about this case. He said that in 2019 he was bitten by a dog there and had to be treated for rabies. I pulled records. Now, I got the only thing the records I requested were the report, and since it was in the line of duty, um, any receipts for medical bills paid for the treatment of rabies, and
Yeah,
any workman's comp paid out. All they sent me were the reports because the other doesn't exist. I also got in touch because there was an animal control agent on scene at the same time. I found
yeah,
him and I spoke with him 2 days ago, and he said he didn't get bit by that dog. He said the dog grabbed a hold of his pants leg and ripped his pants leg. He said, but it never broke the skin. So
that's
now we've got him lying on police reports with his perjury. So
if you want to my Venmo is KTZ Crime, KTZED Crime. The KTZ and the C in crime is all capitalized. If somebody asks for Venmo and, I can make sure like, if you wanna give give 'em mine, I'll make sure Maria gets it.
yeah, I know you would. I know you would.
I cannot believe that this is happening, and now that they're now I can't believe, first of all, I was flabbergasted that they shot her dog. You saw
Yeah.
my reaction on
But
stream
but the
that day.
treatment of her afterwards was
That's
just as abhorrent as what they did to the dog.
exactly, and
And here's the
now
thing, I spoke with the pro tem mayor, last
yeah,
night. We had a heated conversation, and he told me, he said, "Do you know how many days Cleve had to take off due to him being distressed about shooting that dog?" I said, "Oh, but she couldn't be distressed on scene? They treated her
yeah,
like crap."
yes, exactly. Not only that, but, if you're distressed that you have to take days off of work for shooting a dog, I don't think that you should be a police officer, and policing is not for everybody, and if that incident stresses you out so much that you need to have counseling and days off of work and stuff like that, I think maybe this is not the job for you. Maybe fire
Exactly.
department, something like that. If you want to still be of service, get your paramedic license. I
And
understand that some people have a calling to be of service to people.
well, he
But
should go work in City Hall making printing out papers or something. But here's and I'm gonna leave it with this because I'm gonna have to go soon. But here's the part that bothered me the most about the whole situation. One, you can hear him unclick his gun from his holster before
Yeah.
Tito ever breaks the chain.
Yes.
2, he could have fired. He had plenty of distance to fire a warning shot directly into the ground, which probably would have scared Tito off into the woods. He also had his baton, his mace, his taser. He had so many options, and he could have leaned up against his squad car because it was only 3 feet behind him. And
Yes.
so it just never made sense that he went that route. Um, but
People are having trouble finding the Cash App, and I want to make sure they are able to help if they want to help. It's
let
Maria,
me
Maria Lopez, Lopez,
let me see if I can pull it on mine real quick to see if it
3256.
there may be a problem because they just created it today for her. Let me so
Well, if you guys, I mean, if you guys want to send money to the Venmo, the KDZ Crime Venmo, I know Shane. I know where to find him, and I will definitely make sure that Maria gets any money that comes in, and I'm going to add money on top of that of my own money as well. Um,
hmm,
so yeah, if you guys can help Maria out, like I
I
said, it's going to be anywhere from $400 to $1,000 in legal fees, possibly more. Also, the cremation bills, the vet bills
yeah.
to dispose of the dog, and, what was the other thing? Oh, and if they decide to adopt another dog, it's going to be at least a couple $100, I would think.
All right,
So,
yeah. So it's not coming up for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off here
yeah,
and call and find out what's going on, and I'll just shoot you a text. Is that okay while you're still streaming to shoot you a text with the right
absolutely.
one?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, guys.
absolutely.
Thank you for even attempting to, and hopefully we can get this worked out. And God bless you all.
Yes.
Let's work
And
something out and come up with a story we can get together and do another Crimeland story.
I would love it. I would love it. Shane, it's always a pleasure talking to you, and I do consider you a friend. And
Thank you.
please pass on this message to Maria and her family too. When you talk to her, I am praying for her and her family. I am a Christian, and I do believe that prayers help. I am praying for her. My audience is praying for her, and I wish her all the best. And I'm so sorry that this happened to her.
I'll let her know, and I'll call and get this cash up situation figured out, and then I'll
Yep.
send you a text. Hey,
Okay.
enjoy your stream, guys. Take care. Love you
Sounds
all.
good. Thanks for jumping on last minute. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
ma'am.
All right, bye. All right, so sorry I was late, guys. There is a good reason why I was late. I was trying to coordinate with Shane. He just um, got this all set up for her and found out what was happening with those bills and legal bills and tickets. I can't believe they're still ticketing her. Not only ticketing her for for the couch, which is what they were there to do, but then adding charges on ticketing for the dog and other stuff too. That's just crazy to me, and I feel horrible for her. Hopefully, you guys can help out. Like I said, I'm going to help out as well. Um, if they can't figure out the Cash App, you can and I would say do it through YouTube, but don't do it anything you do super chats is gonna just go to me because it takes a month and a half to get that, money, and YouTube takes 30%. So if you wanna donate to where she'll get 100% of the money, go to Venmo. It's KDZ Crime, KTZEDCRIME. The KT and the Z are capitalized along with the C in crime. KDZ Crime on Venmo, and she will get 100% of that. Whew, okay. That's not what I was here to talk about tonight, but that's what we ended up talking about tonight. I wanted to talk about this shooting that happened this morning. Did you hear about this in, Wayne, Michigan? Let's pull this up. I appreciate every one of you out there too that's, just listened to her story, shared her story. I think it's important that, people hear what happened, you know what I mean? I just it would be even more sad if this happened to her and nobody even cared. I think just letting her know that we care, it helps. Thank you, Cellulite Yoga Pant. Yeah, it's Venmo, KDZ Crime, or Vimo, either way. I'll actually leave that up on the screen. I'll leave that up on the screen. So if people come into the chat and ask why that's up there, let them know that anything that goes to the Venmo tonight, in the next week, like I don't think anybody's ever donated on Venmo. So really anything I get in the next however long, 2 weeks, week, whatever it is, will go directly to her. Okie dokie. Wayne police, church security guard kills a suspected active shooter. Wayne police investigating deadly shooting at church. A suspected active shooter was killed at a Wayne church, according to police. The Wayne Police Department responded to reports of an active shooter at Cross Point Community Church on Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. That's today. Let's look at this news story. This news story has nothing to do with that article. Wonderful. Uh-oh, I can't get back now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold on. I don't know what's happening. Let's try this. Come on, Katie, get your shit together. I'm getting there. If my computer crashes, we're all in trouble. I found this was interesting. It's from, I don't even know what country this is from, but it's like I was going to say it's national news. It's not national news, it's international news. Check this out.
Another breaking news at this hour coming in from the United States. A shooting incident occurred at a church in Michigan. A gunman opened fire during a service at a suburban Detroit church a short while back. The security guard on site killed the gunman, but one person has been wounded. The victim has been shot in the leg. Around 150 people were attending church service when the incident unfolded. Now, according to the church pastor's account of the incident, a church member ran the suspect over with his truck, giving the security guard time to shoot him. Police described the suspect as a 31-year-old white male.
Dag nabbit, I gotta give the dogs treats. I was talking while muted. It's a good thing. No, they haven't gotten any treats yet tonight. If anybody's wondering why there is a Venmo link on the screen, it's because Maria Lopez, the woman whose dog was shot, we covered it 2 weeks ago, has between $400 and $1,000 in legal bills. And we are going to try to at least take some of the burden off of her. Not to mention the fact that, like I was saying before, there's going to be costs associated with disposing of the animal. There's going to be costs in adopting a new dog if they want to do that. I know you don't want to replace a dog, but sometimes you need to fill that void in your heart as well, right? Here you go. Xena didn't even try to stretch to get that at all. She made me do all of the work. Here you go. Those treats were because I was talking while I was muted. If you want to get them more treats, feel free to do a super chat at any time. They will get more treats. Thank you very much. Doc, thank you so much. If you want to get money to Miss Lopez, do that Venmo link. Like I said, I will be also donating my own money, so there will be money going to her from me. So we'll take that. But YouTube takes 30% of everything, and you don't get it for like a month and a half. So I won't see any money that's coming in today. I will not see till the end of July. There you go. Oh, stretch. Thank you so much, Doc. I appreciate it. I'm pressing the buttons. I'm doing them in the correct order. Isn't it funny how when I'm on with KFAR, like say on a Friday night where I've had 4 or 5 drinks, I somehow manage to press the buttons better than right now. I don't get it. Breaking church terror attack in Wayne, Michigan.
All right, everyone, welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. We do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you of a church attack that happened out in Wayne, Michigan earlier today. We are getting some new aerials. This is live aerials courtesy of Fox 2 Detroit that is up in the air right now. So this happening in Wayne, Michigan, where an active shooter situation. The suspect drove a truck into Cross Point Community Church out in Wayne, Michigan, starting to open fire. We don't know if he was able to ring off some shots, but we are learning that the suspect was shot and killed by a security guard that was at the church as well there. So this could have been a situation that could have turned out very, very badly, but by the quick actions of the security guard, able to neutralize the suspect before that individual got into the church. Truly remarkable right now. We are also learning from the FBI. Look at what Dan Bongino said. Our leadership and support teams are on the ground at the scene in Wayne, Michigan, providing assistance and support. So they are right now going to be on the scene, just seeing if there is any connection to maybe any radical ideology that could be presented from what is going on in the Middle East. So that investigation will take some time there. But again, we do want to show you this breaking news scene out in Wayne, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. And you're taking a live look here of the investigation that is continuing. There were several people hurt. We don't know the condition of those people, but again, the shooter was neutralized by the security guard that was on the scene there. It was quick action as the service was just about to get going. There is on social media already some live stream footage of when parishioners were being escorted and running for their lives as the suspected active shooter was killed at the church by an armed security guard. Again, this happening at Cross Point Community Church out in Wayne, Michigan there. So we will be tracking this here for you on Live Now from Fox. The FBI is on it. Dan Bongino says our leadership and support teams are on the ground as well. And they are tracking this story right now as it will be continued to update. If we get any news conferences from on the ground, we will bring that to you on Live Now from Fox as well. So let's take our final break here of the hour. We will be getting back to some more anti-war protests that are happening out in Boston. We'll be back with more on Live Now.
All right. Well, we don't want to watch the anti-war protests, I don't think. Here is a live stream. They were live streaming the event or the church service when it happened. Now, keep in mind, this happened outside of the building, but we can see the parishioners react to this. So let's watch this.
Oh. Come on, everybody to the back. Please, everybody come to the back. Come to the back. Don, they gotta come. They gotta come. Come on. Come on. Go. Out, I don't think is a good idea. Come on here.
Just terrifying. I can't even imagine. And that one woman is saying, I don't think out is a good idea. I think she's correct since the kerfuffle was happening out front or outside of the building. It sounds like what happened is the guy pulled out a gun, opened fire, and then one parishioner ran him over with a car, and then the security guard, who's also a parishioner, took him out. It reminds me of that shooting. Maybe I'll pull up a news article from that. It happened in Texas a couple of years back, maybe 2017. 2018, something like that, where the parishioners did the same thing. They tried to open up fire at a church in Texas. How many people do you think have a gun at a church in Texas? All of them. All of them. And it didn't work out too well for that guy either. This woman was there. Let's hear what she has to say. Actually, here it is. I have the longer version of this. I have the uncut version.
Spell it.
It's Wendy Bowden, Bodin.
All right, Wendy. So what did you see? You were in the sanctuary earlier, right?
Yes. The VBS kids were up on stage giving their little songs that they learned, and I had to use the restroom, and I was on my cell phone because my granddaughter called me. She was supposed to be there today. And I went out in this lobby, and I was by the front of the building where the glass is, and I saw a man on the ground, but I heard a big boom, and I thought he got hit or crashed his car or was hurt. And another lady said, she said, oh my, and then she pointed to me and said, call 911. So I started to, and I started hearing pop, 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 and I just booked it to the bathroom, and I hid with another parishioner, and we heard footsteps running and a lot of gunshots, and we just stayed there until everything was quiet. And then we got out of the building and went out into the woods where everybody was gathered.
Wendy, what went through your mind as you were thinking
It
what's going on?
was the scariest thing I've ever been involved in. I was hiding in one of the bathrooms. I stood on the toilet and shut the door. Nobody else was in there but me and Tish, and we were just praying, and we didn't know what was going on, but we knew it was bad. And hearing all the gunshots and just praying that everybody was safe. We were just scared. We were very scared.
I watched a live stream earlier of today's worship service. It looked like when the teacher was aware what was going on with the kids, it's like they went in this orderly, line. It's like they had practiced a drill before.
Yes, our security team is very trained, and they know protocol, and as do the leaders, especially the leader of all the kids programs. And fortunately, they got everyone out of the building safe. No one was hurt. We did have one man, parishioner, got shot in the leg, but he's okay, from what I've been told. So, praise God.
Okay. If you could look over here at me, you're good?
I think we were all rolling on that.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to ask a question, that's all. Okay. So I'm wondering, we hear about these shootings all the time, but did you ever think something like this would happen at your church?
No, never. I mean, yes, my husband actually used to be on the security team, and he was trained as well, and I always took it like, oh, do they really need it, but you hear of things like that happening, but you never think it's going to happen.
It's better to be prepared and not ever need that training rather than something like this happens and you're completely ill prepared. I would rather be over prepared than under prepared any day of the week.
I think it's going to happen to your own church, and it did. So thank God for the security,
And when those shots rang out, can you kind of bring us into that moment? What was that like?
It was super scary because I knew there was a shooter at that point. I knew it wasn't a hurt maintenance man or a car accident. And it was like, it's unreal. It's surreal. Like, you can't process it. It's just, you're just praying that you're going to be safe and your loved ones are safe.
And obviously, you're a churchgoer, you're praying right now. How are you using your faith to kind of get through something like this?
It's everything. It's everything. I heard Tish in the stall next to me praying, saying, Lord, please protect everyone. And it's just everything. The Lord did watch over us and keep us safe, thank God. We actually had an outdoor service last Sunday because it was Father's Day, and the VBS, the sanctuary, had to be cleared out. We're kind of wondering if the gunman thought we were going to be outside again. I don't know, but if that would have been the case, it would have been a different story, I think. So thank God we were indoors, and he didn't, from what I've been told, he didn't get in the building. So that was also another answered prayer.
Now, the last question I think I have, that man with his truck who saw the shooter and ran him over, do you know that person?
Yes, he's part of our security. He's actually one of the elders of our church. From what I've been told, I don't know the facts, I haven't talked to him, but he saw the gun and he saw the man trying to either get in the building or shoot through the building, and he acted with whatever he could do to stop him.
Wendy, the way it's been told to me, it sounds like the two armed securities engaged with the shooter. One of them got shot in the leg, returned fire, and the other security guard apparently got in a vehicle and then ran over the suspect allegedly.
I don't know. I just know the guy that got shot. I don't think he's on security. He is an elder of our church. I'm not sure about that. And as far as the other security guys, I don't know who acted, but I do know that there was shots fired. I don't know who was firing, I just heard shots fired. So.
Or who got in that vehicle?
Yeah, I know the person that was driving the vehicle, but I don't know how it all, I was in the bathroom, so I can't speak for him.
In all those kids.
Okay, I've added a Cash App as well to the, to go to Maria Lopez. So it's RoseKey21, RoseKey21 on Cash App, or Katie Z Crime on Venmo. Either one of those, 100% of anything we get from those will go directly to Maria Lopez. And like Shane was saying when he was up here, she's out of work on short-term disability right now, and they're trying to, I think what they're trying to do is bury her so she will not sue them. I think that's what's happening. So if we could help her out, I think it's the right thing to do. I'm going to leave this ticker going at the bottom of the screen. And if you guys could help out, I sure would appreciate it. I know Shane appreciates it, and Maria definitely will appreciate it.
Kids, what did you kind of see their reaction? There's a lot. Is that normal for all those kids to be there?
No. Well, most of the kids that are in VBS probably belong there, but there are a lot that come that don't belong to our church. I don't know how many new people were there, but yeah, the kids were definitely shooken up, and I'm pretty sure I saw a lot of them crying.
Point out a rare compliment from my husband. I said something well. I learned from him, honestly. I always kind of thought about safety and security. I was mugged when I was in high school, so ever since then I was very security minded, like conscious of my surroundings, things like that. But he, as a profession, was in security, overseas and stuff like that. He probably doesn't want me to talk too much about that, but it was literally his job to protect very important people in war zones. So once I married him, it became it came to the forefront of my brain instead of the back of my brain, to just have a plan. Any room you go into, have a plan. If shit hits the fan, just know who's behind you, know what's happening around you, and don't be a target. Don't be an easy target. They will target somebody else if you look like a difficult target.
I'm crying and, pretty traumatized, I would say. So
thank you so much for speaking with us. I know it's a hard thing.
How many people would you say were in there?
Well, we had over 100 kids, I thought they said, attend VBS. Not all of them were there, obviously. So I'm not sure.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you already say and spell your name for us? I can't.
It's Wendy Bowden, Bodin. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Take your
And can you give me your first and last name? Can you spell it out for me?
Renee Hughes, ReneHughes.
Okay, so talk to me. We're waiting right now. You're waiting to talk to your family. They're over on the other side of this fence. They were at church today.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Well, my mom goes here to this church, and they have Vacation Bible School last week, so the kids were doing a program. So my nephew, his wife, and kids are here, and there's a bunch of my family here, and my mom.
So you live in this area as well, and what did you hear the gunshots? What kind of happened?
No, I just heard all the sirens, and then my daughter called me, and that's really it. I just heard tons of sirens.
Okay, and when your daughter called, what did she say?
She just said Olivia texted her, which is my cousin's daughter, and asked if my mom was okay, and told her what happened. So I jumped up out of bed, walked up here.
And at this point, you're just waiting to see them, calm them down, and just give them a hug. They're okay, but just to embrace them.
Yeah, it's scary. Very scary. I'm glad the front doors were locked of the church, so.
Yeah, and you were telling me, too, that supposedly there's this truck involved, and the person that was driving that truck that tried to stop this suspect.
Yeah, it's my cousin's husband, from what I understand, that he hit him, and there was a armed security guard there, that took him out, is from what I understand. I mean, obviously I'm going by what I was told, but.
Yeah, and I think last question for you, what's this all like for you? I mean, this is your neighborhood, your family's over there, and there's this scary situation unfolding. What's this like?
It's very scary. I'm glad the front doors were locked. Why would somebody go to a church? It just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm sure everybody's trying to figure that out. Why? I mean, I don't know if the person goes to that church or where they're from, but it's scary, very scary.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just glad everybody's okay.
Thank you so much, Renee.
When you first got that message, what was going through your head?
I jumped up out of bed and started calling my family and called my brother and, just called my family. And
What were you thinking?
I was kind of freaking out. Then my first instinct was to walk up here because I'm right around the corner. I mean, I figured they probably wouldn't let anyone through, but just to be here when they are able to come through.
And at that point, I mean, you're kind of thinking the worst in that, you hear shots fired, like my family's in there.
Yeah, they shot at the door because they couldn't get in. I mean, I'm just glad the door was locked.
That's smart.
Thank you so much, Renee.
That's smart too. As soon as things started happening, they locked the door. Or maybe it was locked already, but having that door locked, that one lock probably saved a lot of people's lives in this situation, I would imagine.
So much, Renee.
Thanks for talking.
No, you're good. I hope they let you see your family soon.
We appreciate you. Won't take long. All right.
I did notice that news person clipping on a lavalier mic to that gentleman. And I don't know have I said this? I'm not sure if I said it or not, but tomorrow is Mr. Zed's and my 18th wedding anniversary. And as an anniversary present, he got me a set of lavalier mics, which will come in handy when we're in Nashville next month. So look forward to that whenever we're doing IRL streams from now on. We'll actually all I have is a directional mic right now that hooks up to the on-the-go setup. So look forward to that.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you. We can hold it for you, yeah. Thank you. And then just make sure you look at the center camera. Yeah, look at the camera.
Can you just give us your first and last name? Can you spell it out?
Okay, it's John Racy, JOHNRHAESA.
Okay, and Mayor?
Mayor of the City of Wayne.
Okay, so you got this call, something pretty tragic over here. What are you guys doing right now?
We're just trying to get everybody to a safe place and working on securing the church at this moment.
Okay, and obviously, we're going to get details from police, but when you got this phone call that this happened in your community, what was your reaction?
Just horrible, just devastating. This stuff shouldn't happen. It's just a horrible, horrible day. Thank God it's turning out better than it could have.
Okay, and what do you want your community to know?
That the people in the church are safe. So, and things are under control. We have amazing first responders that have done an outstanding job today.
Okay, anything else?
just thank you for being out here, and just pray for everybody in the church, and dealing with what they had to deal with.
Okay, so far we've raised $10 for Maria Lopez. I will match every single donation up to $50 today. So the Cash App is up there, but if you do it to this was to my Venmo. If you do it to my Venmo, I will match, like I said, up to $50 I can afford. So please, Katie Z Crime on Venmo. If you send anything up to $50, I will match that for Maria. Does that sound like a good plan? Does that sound like a deal, guys? That's a longer version of... Okay, so when I was watching this earlier today, it reminded me of this shooting that happened in Texas. So I pulled up a couple of tabs about this one that happened in Texas. And when was this? This was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, this happened in Texas.
Begin with those disturbing attacks on religious services. First, the breaking news from Texas, a gunman opening fire inside a church near Fort Worth. The West Freeway Church of Christ live streaming the service as the man seen there at the top stood up from his seat, pulled out a long gun, and fired several times. Other church members right there shooting back. One victim was killed, another in critical condition. The gunman did not survive. And tonight, the hunt for a motive to a violent attack where worshipers should feel most safe. ABC's Marcus Moore leads us off.
Tonight, these shocking images out of Texas.
Back here, up in this top left corner, the dude pulls out a gun, and like 3 or 4 people, including some people in the pews over here, all reach for their gun. In a church in Texas is not a good place to do this.
Gunfire interrupting a quiet church service. The violence unfolding just minutes before 10 a.m., just as parishioners started receiving communion at the West Freeway Church of Christ near Fort Worth. The church live streaming the service. You can see the shooter sitting in the back of the room wearing a large coat. Watch as he pulls out a gun and aims it at a man nearby. Another man appears to reach for his weapon, but the gunman fires first, shooting him and a second man.
We're going to need help with patient care.
The gunshots sparking panic in the pews. Worshippers seen ducking for cover. One man covering his wife with his own body.
It was a sad thing that he had to come into the congregation and hurt people, and it's a sad thing that we had to hurt him.
In just seconds, several parishioners opened fire, hitting the gunman, who managed to fire one last shot before falling to the ground, dying at the scene. People rushing over and pointing their weapons at the suspect on the ground.
There are 2 people that were shot, and they died at a local hospital.
Several others hurt, one critically. The gunman also shot dead.
Today, evil walked boldly among us. But let me remind you, good people raised up and stopped it before it got worse.
Outside, officers swarming the scene, shutting down streets. Parishioners visibly shaken, hugging each other for comfort.
All right, Marcus Moore joining us now. And Marcus, this shooting only lasted a few seconds before a security guard and several armed citizens quickly intervened.
Whip, that's right. In fact, one man who said he had a relative inside the church at the time, he said he is thankful for so many good guys with guns. In the meantime, the investigation into a possible motive, Whip, is just getting underway.
All right, Marcus Moore, our thanks to you tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for break.
Okay, let's take a quick break, a quick milk bone break. Thank you very much, Chuck, for the $2 super chat. The pups look stressed over this. Treat time. Treat time indeed. I did get a new also anniversary. I did get a new tripod for the doggy mic, so I can actually point it down when when Ava's hanging off the bed now. So that's nice. I have full control. We can do 360, and we can go all the way up and all the way down. You guys can see my boxes under my bed. That's for you, Ava. That's for you, Zena. Thank you very much, Chuck. I appreciate it very much. Share this instead. Yes, please. Let's check to see if we got any more to match over there on Venmo. Nope, still $10. So like I said, I'm going to match anything up to $50. It's KDZ Crime on Venmo. I will match anything up to $50. If you guys go over $50, do that for sure, because it's going to cost between, like I said, $400 and $1,000. So yeah, please help Maria out. I mean, do you guys remember? Do I need to show you the video again? What happened to her dog? It's horrible. Here's one more about that shooting from Texas, and then we'll move on to other stories.
He said,
The reason why I wanted to pull this up is so that we can see the effects that this has on people. They're in their place of worship. This should be a safe place for them. This should not be a place where they have to worry about being shot. This happens at the mosque shooting in New Zealand. It happened there. It happens at temples all the time. The Tree of Life shooting, I think that was in Pennsylvania or New York, somewhere up there. When somebody is in their place of worship, they should feel safe and not have to worry about somebody attacking them. There's no reason for this. It affects people's lives.
And all he did was pull out a gun and started shooting. And then they all surrounded him with guns, and then they shot him, and I heard like 3 shots.
It is a scene no child should ever bear witness. Tragedy shattering a peaceful Sunday morning service.
Yeah, that.
So like the gunman was.
I think that was the Sutherland Springs shooting. I could pull up a story. Well, this is playing. I'll see if I could find, because this is a different one. But I'll see if I can find the Sutherland Springs one too. Maybe just a short story about that one.
Just sitting there for a good minute or two, and he was just standing there, and the gunman stood up and turned around to him. So probably like 3 feet away from my papa.
Chris Wallace describing the horror when a gunman shot his grandfather, Tony Wallace, inside this church near Fort Worth, Texas. Live stream video capturing every moment.
It's kind of like heartbreaking, but
well, this was that one.
You got to be strong about it and just keep on going.
His papa, one of 2 parishioners killed this weekend. And tonight, new details on the shooter and the man who brought him down, now held as a hero for preventing a much bigger tragedy inside the West Freeway Church of Christ.
The citizens who were inside that church undoubtedly saved 242 other parishioners.
This shooting joining a growing list of attacks involving places of worship from Charleston to Pittsburgh, and the problem appears to be growing. Sunday's shooting was the 2nd attack on a religious gathering in less than 24 hours. In a Jewish community just outside New York City, a man stabbed 5 people as they celebrated Hanukkah. Back in Texas, authorities identifying 43-year-old Keith Thomas Kananen as the shooter. They say he has had run-ins with law enforcement in the past, but they have not figured out a motive for this attack.
Today, evil walked boldly among us. But let me remind you, good people raised up and stopped it before it got worse.
Video shows that it was 10:50 Sunday morning when the shooter entered the church.
I mean, the shooter was sitting next to my mother. She knew from growing up at the church that she didn't recognize this gentleman.
Over 200 parishioners were in attendance, including 71-year-old Jack Wilson, a reserve deputy sheriff.
We noticed that his right hand was visible, but his left hand never was visible. So I'm assuming at this point that the shotgun was in his pocket with all the way up under his armpit, and he's holding it in place with his left hand.
In the video, you see the gunman there wearing a dark hoodie sitting in the back pew. He then gets up, walks to the back, and appears to say something to a deacon, and then pulls out a long gun, aims, and begins to shoot. The attack lasting just 6 seconds.
That's a long 6 seconds. Then a lot of things go down in 6 seconds.
Wilson, who is in charge of church security, pulls out his own gun, fires a single shot, and kills the gunman before he could harm anyone else.
Active threat, 1900 South Las Vegas Trail.
Cries amidst the chaos erupting At least 5 other parishioners pulled out handguns and carefully approached the gunman. Toward the back of the church, one man kicks away the suspect's gun and picks it up. All of it happening as parishioners duck in the pews and children run for safety.
We're going to need help with patient care.
It was a sad thing that he had to come into the congregation and hurt people, and it's a sad thing that we had to hurt him.
Authorities and parishioners now praising Wilson's split-second decision to intervene.
I don't feel like I'm a hero. I was doing what I needed to do to protect the people of the congregation.
This guy's a hero.
Scenario, I would do it again.
Wilson, who was a former law enforcement officer, also trained the church's volunteer security team. He says it is not just about having the gun, but knowing how to use it.
My philosophy is if you're going to wear a firearm for self-protection of yourself and others, you need to be proficient. And if you produce it, what I tell the students in my classes, you have to be willing to use it if you produce it, if it doesn't stop the threat. And that's what I live by, that's what I teach. Otherwise, there's no sense in wearing it.
The heroism by Wilson and fellow churchgoers highlighting the passage of a recent law allowing licensed Texans to carry weapons into churches and other places of worship.
The obvious pro of having armed individuals in the church is that they were able to immediately return fire and stop the suspect from killing other people. The downside is you're really talking about shooting in a combat environment. And the problem with that is even those of us who have been trained to do that will make mistakes. So the big concern is crossfire and shooting innocent people. You have to accept the reality that if those people aren't highly trained and know how to function in a combat crisis situation, you can have fatalities that were not intended.
We have 6 ambulances en route.
That new law passed in the aftermath of the deadliest shooting in Texas history, also at a church. In 2017, the massacre at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs killed 26 people.
That whole time I was pulling up another news article about this Sutherland Springs. Apparently they're going to go over it in this story for us, so we don't have to do that. This is the one that the chat was talking about, the Sutherland Springs one, where a gentleman with an AR ended up taking out the gunman.
A gunman opened fire during the Sunday morning service. My colleague Matt Gutman spoke with a survivor.
When you're like this and you're covering your head, what are you thinking?
I shouldn't have gone to church that day. He told me not to go. Let's not go. Let's just wait till next week. And I'm never going to see my grandchildren again. And I'm going to die.
It wasn't until local resident Steve Wilford, who was armed and outside the church, opened fire, that the gunman began to retreat.
As he exited the church, a local resident grabbed his rifle and engaged that suspect.
I'm no hero. I am not. I just wish I could have gotten there faster.
While an autopsy confirmed that Wilford did shoot the gunman, the attacker ultimately killed himself.
2 gunshot wounds were from the armed citizen. One of those was in the leg and the other one was in the torso.
At the time, Wilford was a concerned neighbor, but he has since become a member of the First Baptist Church he fought to protect. And today, he tells ABC he's headed to White Settlement, Texas as a representative of that church.
With my soul.
In solidarity with the residents grieving the violence and tragedy that tried to bring their community to a halt.
I didn't know that he ended up joining that church after the shooting happened. That's amazing. That's such good news.
Tonight, behind closed doors, this church finishing the service that was tragically cut short on Sunday, remembering those lives they lost and honoring the brave who saved so many. For Nightline, I'm Marcus Moore in White Settlement, Texas.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for
We had
checking out
another $20 donation come in for Maria, so I will match that. We're up to $30 now, less the fees or whatever that they take out. But I will match every single cent of that. Please, it's on the bottom of the screen. Please help Maria. She doesn't deserve what happened to her. She did nothing wrong. I mean, except for having a couch on her front lawn, which is not really that wrong, if you ask me. Like I said at the beginning of the show, between $400 and $1,000 in legal fees she's going to endure because of these horrible police officers who I personally don't think need to be police officers, but it's not up to me. I'm just a person. I'm just a person on the internet. My voice means nothing, but I believe that we have a good community here that can rally around her. I know you were all devastated when you saw that video 2 weeks ago. That poor dog. That dog's tail was wagging. That dog was not going to do harm to anybody, in my opinion. And I've been around a lot of dogs. I said a couple weeks ago, I worked or volunteered. I didn't get paid, but I volunteered at a dog rescue, and I've been around a lot of dogs that aren't my dogs. It's different when it's your dogs. I've been around a lot of strange, like not strange dogs, but dogs that are unfamiliar to me. And you learn to read their body language. And if you can't do that as a police officer, you probably should find something else to do. I mean, obviously, this small town police department is not as bad as, say, the ATF, but still, we shouldn't be shooting dogs, right? Thank you, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Posted the link. I knew I made you a mod for a reason. I was, by the way, you came highly recommended as a mod from our good friend Erica. So thank you very much for posting links and stuff like that. I do appreciate it. All right, let's get on to some lighter stuff, because this whole church shooting and dogs being killed, it's bringing me down a little bit. I'm going to keep this scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I really want to try to get to $50 from you guys to go to Maria, and then I can match it. We can send her $100. I think would help out a lot from this show. I think we can do it. Do you guys remember Killdozer? I did a whole episode about Killdozer. Now, it was when I didn't have any audience back then. You guys probably weren't here when I covered Killdozer. Maybe a handful of you were here. But Killdozer, I was sent this, and it's like baby Killdozer. This person stole a front end loader. Obviously, Killdozer was a bulldozer. Komatsu A350, if I recall correctly. Let me know if I got those numbers right. I'm going to be very impressed with myself if I got that correct. But this happened in one of the Carolinas. I don't remember which one. They're all the same to me. Just stole a front end loader. The slowest speed chase ever. Just a little low speed chase for you guys. Just a little low speed chase. This is in Michigan. A Michigan boy describes using a slingshot to stop her sister's kidnapping. A slingshot. Do you have any idea how good you have to aim to be able to take somebody out with a slingshot? Let me end this poll. End poll. How do you guys like the new angle for the dogs? Is that good? Yeah? I love it when they lay together like that, where they can both get in frame at the same time. Oh, it's a Komatsu 355A. What did I say? Was I close? I think I said a 350A, which I missed a couple of letters and numbers, but I was close. It was very, very close. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing too. I'm very close to 6,000. We might hit it tonight. I should check on that. Let me read this article for you first. Owen Burns, a 13-year-old Michigan boy, is being credited with saving his sister's life after he fended off a would-be kidnapper by shooting him with a slingshot. The Michigan State Police said an 8-year-old girl, in Alpena Township in northern Michigan, was hunting for mushrooms in her yard earlier this month when a 17-year-old boy appeared from the woods nearby. The boy covered the girl's mouth and attempted to kidnap her. Owen Burns told NPR in an interview that he heard his sister scream and looked out of the window to see her being attacked. Burns grabbed his slingshot and went outside. He said he shot his sister's attacker twice, once with a green marble and once with a gravel rock. I see some memberships coming in. Give me 1 second and I'll get to those in just 1 second. I shot him in the head and chest. And she started running, Burns recounted. I said, "It's all right. He can't hurt you now." Margaret Burns, the mother of the 2 children, said her daughter was still processing what happened, but is doing well. Michigan State Police First Lieutenant John Grimshaw called Burns' actions extraordinary. Extraordinary. Or extraordinary, however you want to pronounce it. And said he likely prevented his sister from being harmed further during the May 10th incident. He really is the one, I believe, saved his sister's either life or from something seriously bad happening to her, Grimshaw said. Police later found the suspect hiding in a nearby gas station, suffering from injuries that were consistent with being hit by a slingshot. So he really did get him. Authorities charged the 17-year-old with 1 count of attempted kidnapping and child endangerment and 1 count of attempted assault to do great bodily harm less than murder and 1 count with assault and battery. Owen said he'd heard from the well-wishers who called him a hero and compared the incident to the underdog story of David and Goliath. So true. Owen wasn't always allowed to use the slingshot at home because he would occasionally break things, but Margaret said she was glad her son picks it up when he did and called his actions that day very impressive. I'm also very impressed with this young man. Look at him. I bet his mom sets up a little target practice range in the backyard for him now. Is not going to be so upset with him using the slingshot. I would like to thank Durfwood for the 10 gifted memberships. I certainly appreciate that. And you know who else appreciates it? These dogs. These dogs definitely appreciate it, right? Everybody loves the dogs.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Yes, you can pet that dog, Durfwood. You can pet the dog. I'm going to give them some good treats from you. That's for you. Zena, that one's for you. I appreciate the gifted memberships very much. Hopefully, people who have just seen my channel in passing will get a gifted membership and come back and subscribe. We should check on that. Let's see if we are up to 6,000 subscribers. Let's find out. We did it. We did it, guys. How do I put this on the screen? This is turning into a celebration. Hold on. I'm going to figure out how to put it on the screen. How do I know there's a way where you can see like just the number without seeing all of my analytics. I'll play the next story and figure it out. I will play the next story and figure it out. We made it to 6,000. This one says family dog comes to the rescue of SA woman ambushed by masked attackers in broad daylight. There we go.
Targeted and ambushed, with the whole thing caught on camera. Video shows a woman in Leon Springs being attacked by a pair of masked men. The woman thinks she was followed by the men from the bank. As KENS 5 reporter Zach Briggs shows us, it took a certain member of the family.
Did you see that? Did you guys see that? Holy cow.
From the bank. As KENS 5 reporter Zach Briggs shows us, it took a certain pair of masked men. The woman in Leon Springs being attacked by a pair of masked men. The woman thinks she was followed by the men from the bank. As KENS 5 reporter
They followed her. Did you see? It was like a coordinated attack. They jumped out of the van as it was still rolling. This is crazy.
Zach Briggs shows us it took a certain member of the family to save the day.
It happened so fast, but it felt like it was in slow motion to me.
Noemi Moreno still shaken up after being attacked by masked assailants in the early afternoon of Friday, June 6.
I'm like terrified. I'm always looking around now and making sure that nobody's following me, and I'm kind of leery, like going places by myself now.
Moreno was taking care of some business at the bank here in Leon Springs. After cashing the checks, she went to pick up her kids at her mother-in-law's house nearby.
When I arrived, I was in my car and I was debating, should I bring my purse or not?
Moreno got out of the car with her money-filled purse, and right behind her, a red SUV pulled up after passing by just moments before.
And these two guys, young guys, all dressed in black with the black ski mask, they started pulling my purse. And they pulled me so hard that I fell on the ground.
Amid all the screaming, Rambo the dog revved into action, rushing toward the commotion as Moreno held onto that purse for dear life.
They saw the dog and they jumped in the vehicle and took off. And one of them lost a shoe.
Moreno believes the suspects followed her from the bank.
That is her shoe now. He is not getting that back.
And if it weren't for Rambo, Moreno fears what may have happened beyond just losing her purse.
Rambo, he's a pit bull. He saved me. Thank God for him.
So far, no word from the Bexar County Sheriff's Office on any suspect information other than what you see on surveillance. As for Moreno, she knows what she wants.
I want them to get arrested. I want them, because I'm afraid that they're going to do that to somebody else.
Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
Amazing. I figured it out. It was like one button. I just didn't know where it was. Look at that. Look at that. As you can see, I started off way back here. Oh, this is just 1 month. How do I see the whole? I thought there was a way to where you could see from where I started to all the way. But you can see, like, this is when Frank shouted me out and Colin shouted me out. There's a big bump, et cetera, et cetera. And Shane this morning shouted me out on his live stream, and we got to 6,002. 6,002. I will have to plan a celebration. We'll see what Kafar's next milestone is, and when he gets his next big milestone, we'll do a celebration together, and we'll have some drinks and we'll have some fun. We'll laugh at some criminals. It'll be great. Thank you so much. Who was my 6,000 and first and second subscriber? Because I don't think that was there when I started the stream. Are you guys here? Let me know. Make yourselves known if in the chat if you were the 6,000, 6,001, or 6,002nd subscriber to my channel. I want to honor you. Okay. Next story. We're having fun today. Kentucky man arrested after releasing a raccoon inside of a local business. That is one way to get back at them for not having good customer service, isn't it? Here, have this raccoon. Personally, I love raccoons. I think they're adorable. But can you imagine like being mad at a business and being like, here's a coon in your store, tearing stuff up. Trash panda for you. Murray, Kentucky. On the evening of June 6th, the Murray Police Department received a call reporting that an individual had intentionally released a raccoon into an open business. The perpetrator promptly left the premises, prompting swift action from local law enforcement. He looks so proud of himself. I just scrolled up. Officers identified identified and intercepted the suspect, later identified as 40-year-old Jonathan Mason from Murray, Kentucky. And just, he looks as proud as he can be for releasing that raccoon into that business. Oh man, I need to find that what was that body cam that KFAR brought to Booze and Body Cam that one time of the raccoon smoking a crack pipe. That was hilarious. Despite repeated requests, Mason refused to roll down his windows or exit his vehicle, leading officers to forcibly extract him from the car. Sounds like a soft sit. Further investigation revealed that the raccoon released by Mason had bitten a person inside the business establishment. Mason had prior warnings to not enter the property's premises, heightening the severity of the incident. So he's got a trespassing charge too. It sounds like. He was arrested and charged with multiple offenses, including assault in the second degree, criminal trespassing in the third degree, resisting arrest, and failure to maintain required insurance in the first offense. It does sound like a soft sit, doesn't he? I feel like I should try to pull this body cam. I really think that this guy is a soft sit. No insurance, refusing to roll down the window or get out of the car. Sounds like it would be great for an episode of Booze and Body Cams, is what I'm saying. Authorities urge anyone with information regarding this incident or any other crime to submit an anonymous tip, and there's the phone number. That was a fun story. Okay, so this one is not as lighthearted. Not as lighthearted, but Legal Fiction, who I think was in the chat earlier, I'm not sure if he's still here or not, but he sent in, so I wanted to take a look at this. It is 30 minutes long, so we will be pausing and commenting. I have not watched this yet. This is my first reaction. Don't forget, any money that comes in on the Venmo, Katie Said Crime, will go directly to Maria Lopez. Let's just check to see if anything else has come in. Refresh. So far, we've collected $30 less the fees, which aren't very much because, like, Yo Mama donated $10, and the actual amount that I get or she will get is $9.71. So it's like pennies compared to YouTube taking 30 cents. So right now, total, we have $29.23, which I will match. Don't forget, Maria Lopez is that lady whose dog was killed by the police here in a small town in Georgia. We covered it a couple weeks ago. She's got between $400 and $1,000 in legal fees pending right now because these officers, I believe, allegedly, are trying to bury her in charges so she does not sue for them wrongfully, in my opinion, shooting her dog. All right, this says man vlogs rape and murder of his ex. It's about to get dark, guys, but we can keep a smile on our faces. This woman, whose picture you're seeing right now, her story deserves to be told. So let's see what happened. If it gets too much, I'll skip it and move on to the next thing. But Sundays is the day that we do cover stuff like this. So I apologize.
That shook every resident of Moses Lake and became one of the most disturbing incidents in the country. It was a routine fishing day for a bunch of kids when they spotted a rotten body floating toward them in a nearby reservoir. In a state of panic, they immediately informed the police, who rushed to the site in the hopes of identifying the body as Yanira's, a 30-year-old mom of 3 toddlers who had gone missing 2 months ago, on the night of her birthday. Viewer discretion is advised, as this case contains details about the unholy act committed in the late hours of March 3rd,
So
2020.
there's a question in the chat. It says, what is the last day that I will match, and what is the last day that you will match, and what is the last day that the money going to Venmo? We're not going to put a time limit on it. If it's meant to go to Maria, just let me know and I'll get it to Maria. I'm not going to put a time limit on it, but I want to send her money, say by 4th of July. Does that sound reasonable? So by 4th of July, it will just automatically, anything that comes in on the Venmo automatically will go to Maria. And then if you wanted to, like, if you like are not going to get paid by then, or you're not, you want to do it later, just let me know that it's for Maria and I will send it to Maria. I don't want to put a cap on it, because if you want it to go to her, it should go to her, right? She just doesn't have the means to, like, she doesn't have a Venmo or anything like that, and apparently her Cash App is broken. So this Cash App that's up here now is actually Shane's Cash App. I don't have a Cash App. It's Shane's Cash App. So Shane will definitely get that to her as well if you wanted to do it through Cash App. The Rose Key 21 is Shane's Cash App. The Venmo is mine. Like I said, we will get all of the money to her. I might even drive out there and give it to her in person, just because I would love to give her a hug and tell her how sorry I am that this happened to her. It's not that far away from here. So today, though, if we get 50, I'll match. The matching is just today, like during the stream right now. So if you are able to send anything at all, even if it's $1 on Venmo right now, I will match it up to $50.
2022. The video you're about to see is from the morning of March 4th, when Yanira didn't make it to work, and her family requested a welfare check on her.
Police department, we know you're in there. Open the door. Unit 1205, we know you're in there. Police department, come to the door. Do it now.
Are you here?
My sister.
Okay. Did you hear yelling?
No. We're called that she...
Police department, you need to come to the door. Do it now. We know you're in there.
So that man heard yelling. Is that correct?
I heard yelling. I don't know who the manager is or where she is.
Okay.
But we got a in-progress TV while we were here.
What you're telling me is your sister
How does she know?
typically comes to work, has not came to work.
No.
We don't know if there's yelling coming from here, but you're concerned about it.
Yes.
Okay. But you didn't hear any yelling or anyone. We don't know what's going on.
Mom's the one that called, I guess. Said there was a DV.
Can you guys try calling her? See if her.
The phone is off.
And when's the last time you talked to her?
Last night, she
La-
passed by my house. Say bye to her kids.
Was there any issues last night, or did she say of any issues?
She said, I gotta go because I gotta go to work tomorrow morning. I love you, babies. And then she left.
Everybody okay? She's not there. Yeah, no signs of any foul play or anything like that. But she's not there. And this is her car?
No, that's not mine. Hers is the white one.
Okay.
Honda.
That's weird. Your sister's. Yeah.
She's reported a lot of times because when she ended the relationship, he got very violent. So
Okay.
she went through Debbie to put the protection order and
Okay.
stuff. And he's just been coming around, calling her and nonstop.
Okay.
What was boyfriend's name again?
Johnny?
Johnny Trujillo, also known as Juan Gastelum, was the only person who knew what had happened the night before. He was Yanira's ex-boyfriend, and they had been in an on-and-off relationship for 2 years. The man had assaulted her multiple times, and every neighbor knew about the consistent domestic violence that took place when they lived together. He was the one who had picked her up after her birthday party. After that, she was never seen again.
What's going on?
You found her?
No.
I have been trying to call her. I've been trying to reach her. I don't know where she's at. She just left me. She left me at Papa's at the bar.
What happened last night?
It's just nothing. But she left. She said she was going to the bathroom. I think she's with her ex-boyfriend.
What's his name? Is that Juan?
Yes, Johnny.
Johnny or Juan?
Well, his legal name is Juan, I think, but he goes by Johnny. But she came with me.
Where does he usually stay at?
I'm not sure who.
Do you know if she has her phone?
She did have her phone, yeah, because she was talking to him on the phone when she left. And she was like, hey, I'll be back, I'm going to go to the restroom. And so I sat there, I wasn't going to leave without her, and she never came back. She had on a sweat suit, like gray sweats and a gray sweater. It's all gray, and they're sweats, and she had kind of like a ponytail. I don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
Because he's done a whole bunch of stuff to her.
Could you elaborate? So I understand there's domestic. I just want to hear from you.
She's called the cops multiple times.
Okay.
I've told her. She changed her number just barely a week ago, and to avoid him. And she said that he found her number at his apartment.
What kind of stuff would she tell you that he does?
He would push her. He would hold her really strong. She texts me. She tells me, "Hey, I'm gonna leave" or something.
How drunk was she last night when she left?
Not much, to be honest.
Just a little tipsy, maybe.
Yeah, just tipsy, but
still cognitive.
Yeah, she knew what she was doing because she told me, she's like, hey, I'll be back, I'm gonna go to the restroom. And I was like, oh, okay. After that, I went to the restroom. I was like, she's taking a while. And so I went to the restroom. I went outside, couldn't find her.
Anna had injuries on her face because she had run after Yanira to stop her from meeting Johnny and had fallen. She was Yanira's best friend and the one who had picked her up for her birthday party. The weirdest thing was that Yanira used to share everything with Anna, but somehow after being picked up by Johnny, she didn't text her even once. Johnny had now become the prime suspect in the case and wasn't answering any calls until the next day, when surprisingly, he called the police himself.
Corporal Flato, Police Department, to show our contact being recorded. Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me just for a second? I'm here because Police Department. Okay, they called me. They said that, how do you say her name, Ernie? Yanira, okay. Do you have any idea where she's at?
Not at all, man. That's what I was trying to call to figure out. I just barely found out that she's missing.
Okay. You weren't up there at all?
I went up there, but the thing is, she was crying because she got in a fight with her friend, Anna or whatever, and she was hysterical, saying that she wanted to drive, and her friend was saying no because they're all up. Okay. And then they got into it, and her friend told her or whatever to her. She said, "F you ain't a friend" and all that. And she was crying. She was hysterical. I was trying to get her to go home. She didn't want to. She said she wanted to go see Anna, because she said that nobody was there for her. She's all by herself. And then
I think this is too much. I want to lighten the mood. I'm going to put the link to this if you guys want to watch the rest of it after the show. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I want to move on to raccoon smoking crack, really. Just because it's a celebration, right? I went, it's like a roller coaster today. I went from woohoo, I hit my goal before 4th of July to rape and murder, vlogging a rape and murder. This is not good. What am I doing? What's wrong? I'm surprised I still have 6,002 subscribers. I'm surprised 5 of you have not unsubscribed after that stunt I just pulled. Let's get to this instead. But the link is there. So if you guys were interested in that, I don't want to leave you hanging. It's there. This says, man hurls raccoon inside bar for revenge, then leads cops on a boozy mule chase. Let's watch this instead. We've already watched this one, and then we'll get to the other raccoon.
How are we doing today? I'm Officer Brandon, Springfield Township Police Department.
Okay, stop it, Josh. How are you?
So the reason I stopped you is you are suspended with a warrant for your arrest.
I am?
So do me a favor, turn off the car, put the keys up on the dash, detain you for that warrant, and because you are suspended actively. Oh. Hey.
What?
Come here.
Hello?
The raccoon has her meth pipe.
As what?
Oh my God.
Her meth pipe. He's playing with the meth pipe right now. No, don't reach for it. That's evidence now.
Oh, I don't want him to have
that. That's why I'm going to do it. Hey, buddy.
Huh?
It's okay.
Okay, you're on Arlington. He'll be here in 2 minutes. I'm right across
Raccoons are stinking adorable, aren't they? Can I adopt a raccoon, Mr. Zed? Mr. Zed's in the chat. I would like to have a raccoon and a squirrel, and I will name them Peanut 2. And what was the raccoon's name? I don't remember. But look at how cute this raccoon is.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
Okay.
This is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
He's put a pipe in his mouth.
With their meth pipe.
All right.
Oh, there's no way. He's trying to smoke it.
All right. Thanks.
There's no way. All right. Enough fun and games.
Here.
Again?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he's on his way here.
Keep an eye. She was trying to take the meth pipe out of the car. Just keep an eye on her real quick.
That was fun. This one seems long, but we'll go to it anyway. We might do it fast or skip around.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck! You are not going to believe what we will show you and what police say this man did in Kentucky.
Oh! This is the video from that story I read, the news story I read. This is the video from that. Thank you so much. I think it was Doc that just sent this to me. Thank you so much, Doc. He's on the case, man. He got it.
Boop, here it goes.
This case involves a raccoon, a bar, a man getting kicked out of that bar, and a mule. And that's not all.
Then we'll have to come up to you.
I'm gonna go to the trailer and I'll put him in the trailer, okay?
Where's the trailer at?
It's over here in Heiberger, guys. Hey.
Oh, hold on. No, don't leave. You're fleeing the scene. You're fleeing. If you go, I'm going to arrest you.
We have the body cam video of a viral legend, a man who the locals call Cowboy Cody. We're on the case, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. When we saw a story go viral about a man who was accused of throwing a raccoon into a bar, we just had to request the body cam video to see it.
Sir, that's exactly what I said when I read the story too. I literally just read the news story and said, I need to find that body cam video. I need to request that footage. They've already done it. Great minds think alike. Apparently, I should work for the Law and Crime Network because that's my exact thoughts. Yes. Throw a raccoon into a bar and then flee? Yes, absolutely. Do that. Cheshire Cat, thank you so much for renewing your membership. Amazing. I'm going to press the buttons in the correct order. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
Yes, you can pet the dog, Cheshire Cat. There you go. Amazing. Look, I got another one back there. Zena's hiding. She's making a pillow fort back there. Can you catch? She did. She caught it for you, Cheshire Cat. She did it. Thank you very much. It says, congratulations on 6K. I cannot believe it. I was hoping to get here by 4th of July, but guess what happened today? Today, just now, while we were live, I believe. While we are live. Bam! We're up to 6,005. Can we get to 7,000 by Labor Day? Is that a reasonable goal? 7,000 by Labor Day. Let's do it. Let's do it. I think we can do it. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that to happen, man hurls raccoon inside of bar as revenge, then leads the cops on a boozy mule chase. Okay.
To see it for ourselves. 40-year-old Jonathan Mason was arrested for allegedly throwing the raccoon in the bar, seemingly trying to get back at the bar that had kicked him out.
Yep, that's a raccoon.
Now here's video that police saw at the bar when they were investigating of this raccoon being thrown in and scurrying across the floor. This happened at 9:18 on a Friday night. So this bar was packed with people, and the raccoon allegedly then eventually
Thank you so much, Mark. I need to email you back, but that is a yes, thumbs up all around for the question that you asked me on my email. But I'll get back in touch with you.
an employee. Police then track down the suspect, and locals in Murray, Kentucky know him as Cowboy Cody.
hello to the Colin Raiders. We just hit 6K tonight. Please subscribe if you're here. I'd appreciate it. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm in a great mood, and I'm glad you guys are here. And I'm so happy that this guy decided to throw a raccoon into a bar. For the new people that are here, a couple of weeks ago, I just want to cover this real quick. We'll get back to the video. But a couple of weeks ago, I covered a body cam video on this channel of police officers in a small town here in Georgia who wrongfully, in my opinion, shot a woman's dog. Shane, my good friend Shane from North Georgia Audit, knows this person, and we are trying. She's got between $400 and $1,000 in legal fees because of this. They are piling on to this woman tickets. And I think it's in hopes that she won't sue them for killing her dog wrongfully, in my opinion, killing her dog. And so we're trying to raise some money for her. If you donate to Shane, she doesn't have like Cash App, Venmo and stuff like that. But like I said, Shane knows this person, and I'm going to drive up there, I believe, and deliver this to her personally. But if you donate to the KDZ Crime Venmo, I'm going to match anything that comes in today up to $50. That's what I can afford. So up to $50 I will match. And then the Cash App that's on there is Shane's Cash App, and he will get that money to her as well. That's what's happening with the thing at the bottom of the screen, in case you were wondering. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Sparkle Poots. What's our healthy doggo treats tonight? Healthy doggo treats. I have bananas. We want to do healthy. I've got bananas for them. We'll do healthy doggo treats from Sparkle Poots. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I didn't know we had special requests for healthy dog treats, but I'll have to make sure I'm always have some healthy dog treats on hand. There you go. And Zena. Oh, that was a bad throw on my part. Here, Zena, I'll get you a new one. Here. Did you get it? Okay, she got it. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Let me just scroll to make sure. Oh, and we have gifted memberships too. Chris became a member. Lizette became a member. And Chris also did 5 gifted memberships. So we have 5 other members. And unfortunate altar boy renewed his membership. Oh, I was very far behind. Let's pass out some treats for all of these memberships. Let's do that. Ava, you have to plots. Plots. Thank you. Thank you. Treats. Treats. Couple more treats over here. Couple more treats over here. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, everybody. I very much appreciate it. And Zena and Ava appreciate it too. Look at how cute they are. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the camera, Ava. I have to adjust it so she can stare deep into your souls. Bam.
Roll yourself down now. Roll it down.
Open the door. Open the door.
Open the door.
Open
right now. Open the door. Right now. Open that door.
That accent.
Right now.
Window puncher. Tell me when you're good to go.
Open the door now.
Pop it. Pop it.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on now. Get your prayer now. Get your hands behind your back. Yes, sir, right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You understand? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We tell you to open the door. You open the door.
I got the cuff.
You're hurting me.
Let go of your hand.
Let go of your hand.
Try and get this on, Dees.
Yep.
Sir, they are. Sir, they are. Ow, ow, the other shoulders, ow. Ow,
Yeah,
guys.
well, you should have
Ow,
listened
guys.
to us.
Guys, I was trying to, man. I was showing you my hands. You guys started pointing guns at me, man. That's
Shouldn't let
PTSD.
raccoons.
Guys,
I think
guys,
he's
I had to get that
Yeah, he
man.
is.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, that man. Whoa.
Let's get him
Please
rolled
don't
up
hurt
on
my
this
dog, gentlemen, please.
Hey, Mr. Mason,
Please
we're
don't
gonna
hurt
roll
my
you
dog.
Mr. Mason, we're gonna roll you up on your butt, okay?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna
Thank
roll you up to this right
Sir,
shoulder, okay?
Sir, hold on, please. My shoulder's really bad. My right one.
Okay.
They're both honestly
Do you
bad,
want?
dude.
You want to roll to the left?
Guys, I've got both.
Thank you so much, Sparkle Poots. Sorry for the delivery method, but for the lady whose dog was shot. Yes, wasn't that a horrible story? Just horrible. I couldn't believe it. Well, you guys were here, or some of you were here when I watched it the first time, and I was in tears. This is just, it's horrible. And what's even more horrible is the way they're treating her, the way they treated her right after that happened. And the way they're treating her right now is just as horrible. Maybe not just as horrible. Having your dog killed is pretty bad. But I don't like what they're doing to her right now, and I really want to help her out. She shouldn't be burdened not only with them shooting her dog, but now they're just adding on all of these fees, just adding on all of these tickets, adding all of this stuff on. And she wants to fight it, but she have to have a lawyer to fight this stuff,
Okay. I'm gonna roll you to your left shoulder, okay?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Try and sit up on your butt.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got no weapons?
No,
Anything
sir.
on you?
No, sir, man. I got a pocket knife right here, buddy.
Okay.
Whoa, dude. Motherfucker roll backwards on us?
Yep.
Goddamn, I'm glad I didn't get run over. Jesus, boys. Just broke my legs. Whoa. Gosh dang. Man.
Gonna speed it up a little bit.
Before we get back to this wild story, I gotta make it.
We got his dog in here as well.
Pinch your push bumper, but that's not enough.
Just barely.
Here's another angle of that takedown, and in this body cam, you'll hear what Jonathan Mason, Cowboy Cody, tells police as he's being taken to a cruiser.
Get on the ground! Get your hands behind your back. Right there! Yes, sir, yes, sir, you understand? Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. We tell you to open the door, you open the door! You're hurting me.
Let go of your hand.
You're hurting me.
Let go of your hand.
They are, sir.
Yep.
Sir, they are. Sir, they are. Ow, ow, the other shoulders, ow. Ow,
Yeah,
guys.
well, you should have
Ow,
listened
guys.
to us.
Guys, I was trying to, man. I was showing you my hands. You guys started pointing guns at me, man. That's PTSD.
Shouldn't let
Guys,
raccoons.
guys,
I
I
think he's
had to get
trespassing.
There he is.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, that man. Whoa.
Let's get him
Please
rolled
don't
up
hurt
on
my
the
dog, gentlemen, please.
Hey, Mr. Mason,
nobody.
we're gonna roll you
My
up.
dog.
Mr. Mason, we're gonna roll you up on your butt, okay?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna roll
Thank
you up to this right
Sir,
shoulder, okay?
Sir, hold on, please. My shoulder's really bad. All right.
I don't trust him. I don't trust them around this dog after the things we were just talking about.
They're both honestly bad, dude.
You wanna roll to the left?
Guys, I've got broken ribs and shit too that y'all just.
Okay.
I want to
I'm gonna roll you to your left shoulder, okay?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Try and sit up on your butt.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got no weapons?
No,
Anything
sir.
on you?
No, sir, man. I got a pocket knife right here, buddy.
Okay.
Whoa, dude. Roll backwards on us?
Yep.
Goddamn, I'm glad I didn't get run over. Boys, just broke my legs. Whoa. Gosh dang. Man.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Gosh, man, you want to take this crown back? Maybe wipe my face off? You guys broke my glasses too, it feels like. Oh, you guys broke my
We're
window.
gonna hang out right here.
No problem, boss. I'll hang out right here. Would you mind taking this crown back? Maybe wipe my face off?
I'm not gonna do that.
You're not gonna
Your
do that?
face is bleeding.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's a little bit kind of overkill, don't you think, guys?
Nope.
Really? You guys like
I've got
start
nothing
guns
else
at
to
me?
say to you, man.
Man, that's cool, buddy. I don't want to talk either. Please don't hurt my dog.
We're not gonna hurt your
She's
dog.
just a baby. She's just a baby.
We all love dogs here. We're not gonna
Man, are
hurt
you guys sure? You don't love mules very much.
her.
Or
Yeah,
cowboys
well,
very much either, dude.
you're not a cowboy.
Oh, you're right, buddy. You know the best. You're a real cop.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime, sir. Came back. Somebody maybe call my lawyer. I think he'd love to.
Okay, that's fine.
He'd love to know.
We got another one that's trying to litigate on the side of the road. No, you can't call your lawyer while you're laying face down in the gravel with your hands handcuffed behind your back. That's not the time. There's a time and a place for a lawyer. This ain't it.
Wow.
Let's get him up into another unit.
Be careful with me, guys.
Go ahead,
please,
stand up.
please. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
Okay,
I always
just
try to
take
comply.
it slow.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Dude has spurs on his cowboy boots. Did you see that? Who walks around with spurs on their cowboy boots? What is happening? What is happening? Granted, I'm not from Texas. I do live in Georgia. People wear cowboy boots around here. I've never seen somebody just walking around with spurs on their cowboy boots. Thank you so much for contributing. Let's check the Venmo and see if anybody else did as well. Shane, if you're still watching, I think we're doing well for Miss Maria. We are up to $53.66. 53.6. Oh, sorry, less 481 because that was from something else. My bad. I'll have to do the math. Either way, we're gonna match that. So anybody who donates to the Venmo, I will match it tonight. If you donate to Maria to pay for her legal fees tonight, I will match it and we will get it to her.
Just take it slow.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
There you go.
I don't, all the don't fight the police. Hey,
all right, we're going to walk over to Unit 7.
Is that tail bag right there? This is baby powder. Okay, good. Can we, this is killing my wrist. Can we please? This guy, he overtightens his every time, dude. Thank you, sir.
That's what I was thinking, PWL. That's what I was thinking. It seems super, super weird to just be out and about with spurs.
Go ahead, sir. You got Dave, y'all me up again. Really, guys? Kind of overkill. What's up? What you have? And then please, if I had some hands, I'd straighten it up a little bit. But just straighten up, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, my bag.
Hey,
I'll
thanks,
show
man.
you here in a second.
Thanks, man.
You good?
This was a nice shirt. You guys tore my shirt up too, guys. I don't have very many nice clothes, man. Okay. God, why y'all gotta be so rough?
I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little search for
Hey, yeah, that's cool, man. Would you mind loosening these cuffs up, please?
We'll
Sir?
take a
They
look
really
at
hurt.
them here in a second. We'll see some
Yes,
search
sir.
here.
Yes, sir. No problem, buddy. I don't. I got a pocket knife right here on me, bro.
Okay, he's gonna grab it.
It's a nut cutter.
You don't have anything else?
No, sir. No, sir. Of course not, man. I come from the vet. My truck died. I jumped into the DeWalt battery, man.
Oh,
pretty cool trick.
I've never done that. But...
Yeah, it works. I build jewelry.
Oh, you build jewelry?
Yeah, man. So I had some copper jewelry.
Oh.
It's very grounding, good for your arthritis and stuff. Yes, sir. I don't know, maybe a lighter or something, buddy. I don't know. Yeah. Windproof, man.
Oh, yeah.
So when I'm riding, dude.
Oh, okay. So let me answer some questions. Probably another redundant question, but why or how is she gerrymandering? How is she getting more charges? I can't read. So there's an issue. Okay, so they obviously went there over the couch that was in her front yard. This is, like I said, 2 weeks ago today, I covered this story on my show. But I need to figure. I wasn't planning on doing this today. Shane contacted me right before I went live, but the small police department, which I'll figure out the name of the police department, went to her house because she had a couch on her front lawn that was against the rules or whatever. So they went there to give her a ticket for that. They raised that ticket to $200, a $200 ticket because she had a couch on her front lawn. No warning, no get rid of the couch, none of that. Just here, pay us $200. Oh, also, you're also going to have to pay to remove the couch, which she could have used that $200 to get the couch removed. You can get stuff like that, bulk debris picked up like that for like $50. Anyway, They also now gave her another ticket because the dog's leash broke, and it wasn't on a chain. And through that whole report, which was riddled with lies, in my opinion, because I have eyeballs and I watched the videotape, riddled with lies. In the police report and also in the supplementary report, where that other guy did an investigation, they investigated their own. Said that the chain broke. There was no chain. It was like a tether. It was one of those runners with a tether. The little rope that connects the dog to the tether. That's what broke. And anyway, they shot her dog. They're giving her a $200 ticket for her dog getting loose. Never left her yard, by the way. Never went off of her property. She got another $200 ticket for that. And it could, if she takes it to court, like if she fights it, she could pay the $400. But if she fights it, that fee can go up to $1,000 if she loses. So I said between 400 and 1,000, but it's actually between 400 and 1,200 is what she might end up owing. I think what Shane was saying is she's just going to pay the fee for the couch because she did do that or whatever. But not only that, let's keep in mind she also had to dispose of the dog that they murdered, allegedly, in my opinion. She's got, if she wants to have another dog, the adoption fees, at least for my two dogs, Xena we adopted as a dog, like a grown-up dog, and it was about $150. And Ava we adopted as a puppy. Ava, you're on. And it was like $250 for the adoption fees for a puppy. So all of these things add up, and I don't think she did anything wrong more than having a sofa in her front yard. Like I said, if you donate on the Venmo today, I will match it. If you want to donate past today and have it go to Maria, just let me know in the Venmo message that this is for Maria, and I will make sure that she gets it. I'd love to actually meet her. Like I said, Shane, who was on earlier, knows her personally and went to the court case with her. If there's another court case, I would love to take the day off of work and be there just to support her. But this is just infuriating to me. And if you guys could help her out, like I said, I will match.
Hey, what did you smash my phone up, guys? Oh my!
I have no
Dude, I
idea
have to I'm supposed to buy a meal. That's $600 right there, guys. Please don't lose that money.
We're not going to lose it.
I mean, like, y'all take my money every time. No,
We don't take any
Please,
money.
somebody should be here just in a second, and please give that money to them, my wallet, all my belongings, please, and my dog, please. Thank you, and the money.
While we're watching Raccoon Man, I will pull it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'll pull up the videos. Or at least the little snippet so you can see what I'm talking about. The dog's tail was wagging. Yes, the dog was barking, but in the reports, I did a FOIA request for the police report for that day and also for the investigation that was done by another sheriff of a neighboring city. It was the sheriff. It was the elected official that shot this dog. But he investigated his friend and found no wrongdoing. I think when he wrote that report, he didn't realize that people were going to pull the video and can see with our own eyes what happened there. The dog's tail was wagging. The dog was barking, as every dog does when somebody walks up to the door. If the Amazon guy comes right now, we will know it because Ava and Xena will let us know that the Amazon guy is at the front door, right? So yeah, the dog was barking, but I'm getting more and more pissed. Sorry. But I just feel so horrible for this family.
And the money too. No. Oh, buddy. Whoa,
The money
buddy.
is going with you.
No, sir. It needs to go. No, sir. It's with the dog. It's the damn dog's money, dude.
Oh, you're good, sir.
It's the dog's money, bro. It needs to go with the dog.
Well, it's not going to go with the dog.
Sir, it's the dog's money.
I believe this was 65.
The dog earned that money, man. The dog does tricks. The dog earned that money, man. Y'all are just taking from a puppy now. That's not okay.
What?
We can't let the money go with the dog.
Dude, it's the dog's money. The dog earned it.
That doesn't matter.
Dude, but it's, man, dude, the dog didn't have pockets, so I was holding the dog's money.
That's correct. It was Danielsville. That is correct. I'm sorry. I just slipped I have too much in my brain right now. Plus, I'm blonde, so stuff falls out of my brain all the time. Let's be honest. But yeah, it was Danielsville.
Dang, guys.
You understand how that doesn't make any sense.
Man, the dog earned the money, dude. The dog panhandles, like, dude.
Okay. We're going to walk over here to this other unit, all right?
Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's got all your stuff. We're not
That's
taking
cool.
any of it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Dude, can you really, like, this cuff is really seriously tight on my right
Once
wrist?
we get you over here,
I
we'll
know,
take a
dude.
look.
You got me last time, didn't you? I didn't you. Unless you got me. Oh, I'd love to actually have a cigarette this time, though, please, before I get in there.
Sherry B, that's what I was thinking. It's the dog's money, and then I glanced over at these two hard at work right now, earning Milkbone money. I think they've earned like, I don't know, like $20 tonight for Milkbone money. So I guess that is the dog's money as well. So I kind of get it. If you'd like to buy either of these beasts some Milkbones, like Sparkle Pooch just did. Yeah. I guess YouTube doesn't like what I'm trying to say, but for the shot dog lady, yes. Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you pet the dogs. I'm gonna let you pet the dogs.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No, he's
Can I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
You can pet the dog. You absolutely can pet the dog. Look at how majestic Ava is just sitting there like she's the queen of the world. There you go. And Zena's making pillow forts. Thank you so much.
Before I get in there? Come on, yes, you can, dude.
No, we can't.
You got all the power. You guys think you're God.
I do not have all the power, and I'm not God.
Well, I know that, buddy. Can you please loosen this before you stuff me in here,
hold
please?
on, stand right
I
here.
am,
We're
yes,
gonna
sir.
take a look.
Gladly,
All right.
guys, gladly.
Which one
In
is her?
case you're wondering, Sparklepoot said that YouTube doesn't like what you're trying to say. I have cuss words and stuff blocked on my channel because I'm an innocent angel and cannot handle that sort of language. No, I try not to swear. So, and I also, in case anybody's wondering, there's only 2 rules on my channel: no sex stuff. So any sex type words are probably blocked. Also, no blasphemy. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Those are the only rules. You can say whatever you want. You just have to be creative with your language.
One is hurting you.
This one right here, guys.
This one?
Yes, sir. Very tight.
All right, it's because you
Very
got
tight.
your wrist on it. Let me take a look here.
Well, yes, sir. Y'all are the one that's
Keep
put 'em
your
on,
hand-
buddy.
keep your hand
Totally
right
still,
back here.
brother. Totally still.
I put it properly
Like a
in the
fucking
back.
statue, bro.
All right, so turn your hand
Dude.
this way. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
You want me to take this off? It's probably hurting your
no,
wrist.
man, it's fine on me. Let me just, I'm just gonna shake it down a little bit, buddy. I ain't
That's
trying to do nothing
fine.
stupid, man. I promise.
Can't help you, buddy.
Well, man, it keeps you guys' handcuffs from really biting into my wrists.
Okay.
And it's for my arthritis, man. My arthur really hurts.
Put it over those?
Yeah, please do, man. It's not like I'm not gonna
Okay.
slip them, man.
Okay. I got you.
We didn't want to tear the bracelet up.
No, I appreciate that, man. I hand make jewelry.
Okay.
Is that good on you? Not
Yeah, man,
hurting
that's
too
much better, dude. Can we
All right.
can we loosen this left one too, please,
Yeah, let me
sir?
take a look at it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It's because you got the wrist on it too.
I understand, man. I get it. And it was just you kind of,
Well, you weren't really listening to
Well,
us.
sir, I was, well, the guy was pointing guns at me, dude.
I know.
I don't like that,
You
man.
weren't
It's
following
PTSD.
commands.
Dude, oh my God. I was
I'm
on the
not
phone,
going to sit
dude,
here and
trying-
argue with you.
Buddy, I'm not trying to argue with you at all, sir.
All right.
I am not at all trying to argue with you, sir.
So this one's a little bit too much. I'm going to take it off so
No,
this wrist
please
can fit
don't.
on it.
Please don't.
I'm going to take it off.
If we
It's
squeeze it
not.
tighter, brother.
I'm
It's
not
no-
going to
it's
do
no
that.
bigger-
I'm just-
Maria doesn't have a Venmo or Cash App right now, so my Venmo is at the bottom of the screen. It's Katie Z Crime, KTZEDCRIME. And like I said, I will be matching donations that come through on Venmo up to $50 tonight for Maria. Maria is a woman who the Danielsville Police Department shot her dog for no apparent reason, allegedly, in my opinion. They had a report done or an investigation done by a neighboring county sheriff who said everything was fine, no problems. But I watched the video and the dog's tail was wagging. The dog was not aggressive.
I'm just
No,
going to take it off.
Come on. Man, now.
It's going to go with your property.
Man.
Do you want it in your
There
green
you go.
bag? Or
You know, in my green bag would be great with my baby
That's
powder.
perfect. We can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Here,
Thank
turn
you.
your hand a
Hey,
little
is that
this
money
way.
in the green bag too, sir?
I can put it in
Yeah,
there.
we can do
please
that.
do in my wallet and.
You want me to just put all
Sir.
your property in your
Please
green
do,
bag?
sir.
Okay, I can
Thank you.
Take this hand and turn
Yes,
it
sir.
just like there you
Mr.
go.
Mason,
So
what's
it's not on the bone.
What's on your truck?
Somebody's coming to get my truck right now. I promise
There
you.
you go.
Someone is coming to get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sure my mother will be, and my lawyer should be here shortly too.
Okay.
Sure your mother is coming?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes. I was on the phone when y'all started, well, I was screaming, so she's on her way, buddy. If God, I hope she didn't have a stroke, guys. If y'all killed a old woman.
That's not going to be on us. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
I'm not trying to, I'm trying to calm down, buddy. I'm really.
I got you.
Dude, like.
We're not trying to have any issue with you.
I know, brother. I'm not trying to have any issues with you either.
Okay.
The man just said he didn't care if my mother died. Found that a little offensive, boss.
Okay.
I'm trying to calm down, boys.
I got you.
Where's my dog, guys? That's my service dog.
I don't know where he is right now.
Either.
I'm going to take a look. Just have a seat.
Dude, brother, I will. Please make sure her name is Honor.
We got it.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Her name is Honor.
Okay.
Like, very few people in this part of the world have it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I got you.
Thank you. Please be kind to my dog, sir.
We will. What's your knee, brother?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Do you remember? Oh, you probably just heard about it. Out at the mule up at Tap. That was him.
Somebody coming to get the truck.
Mason's then taken to the hospital. He was charged with assault, criminal trespassing, resisting arrest, and failure to maintain required insurance. You can see that he cut his face pretty good after being taken out of the car. Police then went back to the bar, and you also hear police talking about an incident involving a mule. We'll get to that in just a moment. It happens to do with something that went down in December.
All right, well, we're on a little pause from this video. I'm going to show you what happened with the dog so you guys know. This is Maria Lopez's property. She had a sofa on her property. They were going there to issue her a citation for having a sofa on her property. By the way, that could have been done by mail. It didn't need a house call or whatever. And the sheriff was going to deliver this citation, but he was scared, apparently. They said, or he said, that he was bitten by a dog on that property previously, which is untrue because Shane, North Georgia Audit, my friend Shane, pulled the records back for the sheriff, and there's no incident of a dog bite. Apparently, a dog ripped his pants one time on this property. That's it. No medical attention, nothing like that. So the sheriff is there and ends up shooting the dog. The dog's is on one of those runners in the backyard, and it came undone. And the dog started trotting, running, I don't know, going towards the police officers, tail up, wagging, obviously barking because there's strangers on his property. I'm going to show this is a 21-minute video where I'm just going to show the part where this happened. Also, if you go back 2 weeks ago on my live stream 2 weeks ago, I show the whole thing and we go over the whole thing. If you want to check it out, check it out. But the way they treated her after this event was horrible, just horrible. This is what happened.
Damn.
So Tito, who, by the way, just then was not even paying attention, had the back turned to him, and then came trotting, running towards the cop when he knocked. The dog's tail is up. He's happy dog. His name's Tito. That's what happened. I'm not going to play anymore because you hear the dog crying, and we don't need, we're trying to keep it upbeat today. We're talking about a raccoon being released in a bar. That's who I'm collecting money for. Maria Lopez. She lives in Danielsville, Georgia. I think that was absolutely unprovoked. Didn't try to issue a command to the dog, nothing, and then treated her horribly directly after the event, and now are just adding on tickets to where she's out of work on a short-term disability right now. She just doesn't have the funds to fight this, and I think she needs to fight this. So even $1, if everybody could, there's 104 people here right now. If you could give $1, that would go a long way, is all I'm saying.
Mason allegedly released the raccoon and talking to the person who got bit in the wrist.
Did it break the skin on your arm?
With it being a raccoon, I'm gonna call EMS. I'd probably suggest you need to probably go to the hospital just in case. I don't need this. You probably need to go to.
That's the thing, Mark. The guy who fired the gun was the sheriff. He can't be fired. He's elected.
Hospital. Yeah, because there's no telling if that thing has rabies or not. and that's not something you want to f around with.
165.
See this. Go ahead.
Just get all the information.
That Dave Mid, the reason I just showed that is because scrolling at the bottom of the screen, that's who I am collecting donations for her. I think she needs to fight they're dropping all sorts of tickets on her and stuff. I think trying to get her not to sue, but she needs help, and she's a good person, and I believe she's a good person because I know Shane is a good person, and Shane is vouching for her.
Information, get the employee's name that was bitten, have it added to the cap, right?
10-4, you got your ID on you? Yeah.
10-9?
165 Murray, Burford, Kentucky 27.
The officer then goes back to see security footage of Mason allegedly throwing the animal in the bar.
He'd been banned from here, and he came in. I was like, Cody, I'm going to give you a shot. It's been a couple of years, so I'm going to give you a chance tonight. He was here like 12 or 13 minutes, and we're like, get the out of here. He's trying to start fights.
There you go. Kind of get it back to the right spot. I wanted to make it a bigger picture so you could see it a little better.
Just in case we can't burn it off. Sometimes people have issues. I have a flash drive if you need one. That if you know how to download it.
Mm-hmm. 1 second.
He's obviously got just almost a damn death wish with the police here.
Goodness. Come on.
But meth's a hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm.
About. Let's stop it here in about 20 more seconds. You're not going to be able to see him, but you can see it skitter across the floor right here. Here in about 10 seconds. Here we are. Boop, there it goes.
You always you see the hat, yep.
Here's another slow-mo of Mason allegedly releasing the animal into the bar. A bartender told the New York Post that Mason trapped that animal earlier in the day and was carrying it around. All right, now let's get to when Mason was arrested on December 7th for allegedly riding a mule to a bar and cracking a whip inside, taking down Christmas decorations.
This guy, get my coat.
You can leave out where it's at, boss.
Dog, I am leaving.
Well, you can leave out where it's at.
No, sir.
Yeah, stop.
No, sir.
My wife.
No, sir.
You only get your ID.
No, sir. I don't have an idea about money, buddy.
Stop.
No, sir.
Stop.
No, sir.
Stop.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Stop.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
drop
I've
it.
done nothing wrong. No, sir.
Drop it.
No, sir.
Drop it.
No, sir.
Drop it.
No, sir. No,
Drop
sir.
it.
I'm trying to leave. No, sir.
Drop it.
No, sir.
Drop it.
No, sir. I'm trying to leave.
Drop it.
No, sir. Oh, stop it.
Stop.
No, sir. No, sir.
Stop.
No, sir.
You're done.
No, sir.
You're done. Now you got a bigger issue.
No, sir. Please. No, sir.
Don't do anything crazy,
No,
bro.
sir.
This is worse.
No, sir.
You're making this worse.
No, sir.
dude. You're putting him
No,
in
sir.
a...
60, step it up.
No, sir. I'm trying to leave. No, sir. I'm trying to leave. No, sir. I've done nothing wrong. No, sir.
Put us in a spot,
No,
bro.
sir. No,
You
sir.
put this man in
No,
a spot
sir.
too,
I'm
dog.
not putting any man in any spot.
Man.
No, sir. No,
All
sir.
right, we're not going to talk.
No, sir.
108 Murray, clear the station. 10-3, 60, step it up.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Well, we're gonna hang out right here. Me
That's
and you
cool,
are gonna
buddy.
become really good friends
That's
for
cool,
the next
buddy. We
few
can be
minutes.
friends. We can be friends, buddy.
Well, next
No,
time
sir.
I tell you to do something, you better do it.
Buddy. I've done nothing wrong. This place asked me to leave.
I guess that explains why he had spurs on. He literally went to the bar on a mule. Has anybody ever ridden a mule in the chat? I don't think I have. I've ridden a horse. So far, we've collected $160 for Maria. I appreciate that so much, guys. So much.
Well, now you're drunk out here being an I gotta put my hands on you. Shut up.
80, 180.
I'm gonna get up.
Well, no, sir. He ain't going nowhere.
No, sir. I'm staying right here. No, sir.
We will also give the dog Treatos. Thank you so much, Chris. Oh, 100, but less 30. YouTube takes 30%. So there you go. That's for you. I appreciate that. And I'm sure Maria appreciates it too. You guys are awesome. Jeez. Oh no. Oh no. I am so sorry, guys. Thank you, Elizabeth, for texting me. I am so dumb
Animal
sometimes.
earlier in the day and was
So sorry. I was talking to Shane. I feel so silly right now. Oh my gosh.
You're putting in
No, sir, I'm
a
trying to leave. 60, step it up. No, sir, I'm trying to leave. No, sir, I'm trying to leave. No, sir, I've done nothing wrong. No, sir.
You put us in a spot.
No, sir. No, sir.
You put this man in
no,
a spot
sir.
too, dog.
I'm not putting any man in any spot.
Man.
No, sir. No, sir.
All right, we're not gonna talk.
No, sir. 108 Murray, clear the station. 10-3, 60, step it up. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Well, we're gonna hang out right here. Me That's and you cool, are gonna buddy. become really good friends That's for cool, the next buddy. We few can minutes. be friends. We can be friends, buddy. Well, next time.
Just so you know what happened there, I got so distracted because I was so happy that you guys are so generous that I was texting Shane immediately and I forgot to switch the screens. So that is my bad. I haven't made that sort of mistake in a while. So if you're new here, that's not usual.
Tell you to do something, you better do it. Buddy, I've done nothing wrong. This place asked me to leave. Well, now you're drunk out here being an I gotta I'm put not my being hands drunk on being you. an Shut asshole.
I'm gonna get up. When
Buddy,
he gets
no,
here.
sir. No, you're good. He ain't going nowhere. No, sir, I'm staying right here. No, sir, I'm laying right here.
Let go of the horse.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. That's my horse. It's my horse. It's not yours. No, sir, it's my horse. No, sir, it's my horse. No, sir, it's my horse.
Stop fighting
No, sir,
us!
it's my horse.
Stop
No,
fighting
sir,
us
I
or you
have
will
no
be
weapons,
tased!
sir. I have no weapons. Sir.
Stop fighting us!
Sir,
Drop
I
it!
have no weapons,
Drop it
sir.
now!
Sir, I have people.
Drop it now!
I have no peace. I have people, sir. I have people, sir. I have people, sir.
Bro, just let
I
go
have
of the
people,
horse.
sir. That's my horse. I have people, sir. I have people, sir. You're done. You're gonna get your face cracked. I have people, sir.
Stop!
I have people,
Give me your hands!
sir. I have Other people, hand behind sir. your back now. I have people, sir. Sir, I have people, sir. I have people, sir. I Stop fighting us!
I'm not biting you sounds like somebody who's biting somebody.
Put your hand behind your back now. Put your hand behind your back. Behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Put it behind your back. Behind your back, you're getting it again. Behind your back.
I would love to. I cannot, sir. No, I cannot. Oh, dude, I have bad shoulders.
Now, dude, my
I have bad shoulders.
how about you comply?
Sir, I have been trying to. Sir, I have been trying to. Sir, I've been trying to. Sir, I've been trying to. Sir, I can't breathe. Sir, I can't breathe.
We are not on you.
Sir, I can't breathe. Sir, I can't breathe.
We are not on your back or your lungs.
Thank you. Thank you. You got foot on my back.
If you're talking, you can breathe. Shut up.
No, dog.
Put your other hand behind your
Yeah,
back.
gladly, dude. Gladly.
Watch that hand.
Oh, wow, man. You guys just fucking fried me for no reason. That was awesome.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You guys have bad shoulders.
Bye.
So please don't have my fucking hand for all of that.
How's everybody doing tonight?
A round of applause for the officers at the bar. Like, okay, all of these people right here, like Kfar and I always say, if this was us, we'd be over there like this. Get him, officer. Get him. I love it.
I have not fought. I have not fought.
You ain't no cowboy.
I am.
Here's the deal.
You're a fraud.
I'm gonna run you to your side.
Hey, sir. Pardon me, gentlemen. May I speak?
No.
Gentlemen. No. No. I've done nothing wrong, sir.
Bring his leg in.
Bring your legs in. Sir. Listen to us. Sir, will you please listen to me? I'll listen to you. Stand up. Hang on. I can't catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath. Y'all just tasted the out of me. I gotta catch my breath. 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 I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm having a stroke.
You're not having a stroke.
Yes, sir. I have a medical condition.
I'm gonna have to search
Yes,
him.
sir. I have Catersil. Yes, sir. I have Catersil.
We'll just search you on the ground
yes,
then.
Sir, I have Catersil. Yes, sir. I have Catersil.
What away, man?
Y'all are being very aggressive. Sir.
Go ahead and start EMS. Taser deployed.
Yeah, if I was the DJ at this bar, I would be playing Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do? And then another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. What other songs? Let me know in the chat. What other songs could the DJ be playing? Well, well, the entire crowd is watching this guy get arrested. Thank you very much, Mark, for becoming a member. I appreciate it very much. Ava appreciates it. Bam. Xena back there in her pillow fort, she appreciates it too. I'm going to remember to put the video back on the screen before I hit play this time. Look at me. Look at me doing the thing.
Sir. I need to answer. Sir, my shoulders are bad. Sir, my shoulders are bad.
Behind your back. Be quiet.
Sir, no, sir, I will not. Y'all are over 7 years old.
Well,
correct. Yes, sir.
he was.
By the way, sorry for the interruption, but I see Mark is here. I see John Lindy is here. I see Colin is here. Anybody who has a channel who wants to help Maria, first of all, go back 2 weeks and watch the whole episode I did about it. But if you want to help Maria, feel free to give out the Venmo information on your channels up until 4th of July. Anything that comes in on that Venmo in between now and 4th of July is going to go to her. So if you would like to announce it on your channel, explain to your audiences what happened, that would be great. Maybe we can get her entire legal bill taken care of for her. I love that we are part of a community that cares so deeply about victims and people like this that bad things happen to. And if we could do that for her, I would just be over the moon. And I would appreciate it very much. Especially since my friend Shane, who brought this to my attention, who knows Maria, is on the auditor side of our YouTube community. He's on the wrong side or whatever, but Shane's a good guy and he's my friend. So I don't like to pick sides. I pick what's right or what's wrong. And in this specific case, I think that the police officers were wrong. I love that we can all come together and for stuff like this, though, was my point.
He was unhitching his horse, and I told him to stop. And he said, I said, let the horse go. He said, no, I will not.
No, sir. I would not let go of my mule, so he tackled me. No, sir. Stay down. No, sir. Quit yelling at me. You're a nice guy, but I'm a nice guy, too. Stop. Really? So no. Now you're restricting my breathing. Gentlemen, I cannot breathe. Gentlemen, I have
You are breathing right now.
Gentlemen, I have Charities. I'm going to die when I'm stroke. Gentlemen, y'all are being rude. I've done nothing wrong. Stop. I was asked to leave. I was leaving. The guy had to get my coat. Sir, I waited while the gentleman get my coat. I am leaving, sir. I have to leave, gentlemen. Gentlemen, I'm trying to leave. Anywhere. Gentlemen, this is ridiculous. If you guys got nothing better to do. It's not
ridiculous, sir.
Yes, sir, it is.
No, it's not.
Gentlemen, yes, it is.
Officer, I appreciate your service.
It's one of those where it's
I don't have a clue. That is exactly the way he acted when he was in there. It was like.
I can call my roommate to bring my stuff really quick.
And now we got a horse.
I think it's
Are you good?
Oh yeah.
Sir?
Ben, did he drink? Hey, Ben, did he buy anything here?
I don't know if he got that far. I know he had a beer in his hand. Watch out, I'm afraid this horse will kill you.
I believe he had 1 or 2 drinks. I can go ask the bartender what fast.
Yeah.
Is that his Modelo?
Yeah, it was on the horse.
Did you grab his phone? It was over here.
Yeah, put it on the hood of mine. Hey, whose flashlight?
Is that yours?
No, I've got mine.
I have not resisted at all. Mike, I have not resisted at all.
You want to stand up?
Mike, I have not resisted
Done a
at all.
quick
I
little
can't
search.
stand up
I didn't see
because
any
I keep
weapons.
having a stroke. I can't stand up.
We'll get you up.
No, sir. No, sir, I can't.
Search, nothing on
You
him.
need to put me on a
I have an
bench.
idea.
Sir, you need to put me on a bench where I can sit down. I need these handcuffs off from behind my back.
No.
I am not. No, sir. I am not a danger. No, sir. No, sir. I am not a
Do you want to
danger.
stand up or do you want to stay on the ground?
Sir, I want to get off my hands because my.
Just one more time really quick. I know we keep going over it. Maria Lopez is the woman who's, if you watched my show 2 weeks ago from today, where the police killed her dog in front of her for no apparent reason. That is that woman. She's got a bunch of legal bills. They're piling up all these tickets on her now to try to get her, I think, not to sue, allegedly, in my opinion. This police department, I believe, is corrupt. I watched the video and then I read the report that they wrote about it, and it doesn't line up. So we are collecting money to try to help Maria out with those legal bills. It's going to be anywhere between $400 and $1,200, depending. It's $400 if she just takes the charges or takes the tickets and pays it. If she wants to fight it, it could be up to $1,200. So.
Hey, we'll show you this side.
Best up.
There you go.
Shoulders is bad. Sir, I'm having a stroke. Sir, I have Catersil. Have you gentlemen ever heard of Catersil?
97.
Gentlemen, have you ever heard of Catersil? I have cerebral autosomal dominant audiopathy with subcortical ambirex and leukocelluopathy.
That's great, buddy.
Have you ever heard of that?
Nope.
No This research.
Not going to. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. And thank
Appreciate you.
Mike, can I talk to you? You're the only old man
I'm right here.
Mike, I have no weapons on me, sir. I assure you, Mike, no weapons on me.
Well,
We gotta search you just in case anyway. You know how that goes.
Mike.
Does he know you?
Sir.
He just asked his name.
Sir.
Oh.
I have one knife in my pocket.
Already got it.
Okay, yes, sir. I'm sorry to
Officer just clearing his sinuses into the microphone.
Did he have these in his car? Those gotta be for horses.
Contact animal control or Murray State. We may need them. We're going to have to transport a horse.
So maybe they can help. I don't know. She works at So I've been back. I left, went home, did a dinner break, and I walked in, and my server was like, "Can I talk to you really quick?" And I was like, "Sure." Came outside, and I realized this guy's a handful. Go back in, and she's like, "I need to talk to you right now." And I was like, "Okay, what's up?" She's like, "That guy is like walking around the bar. He, I guess, approached 2 different tables and was just being aggressive. And he was standing back outside. I think he kind of knew what he did, and I was outside, kind of like, what?" You know, when I come back outside, he was like looking guilty. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure whatever they're saying is accurate. I go back in one more time, and he comes back in the bar and just cracks the whip right inside the bar.
He
like
cracked
he knocked
a
all
whip?
the Christmas lights down and everything, and like the whole bar.
He cracked a whip in the bar as well. Did we know this already? I don't think we knew this already. I thought he just released a raccoon into the bar. He went in there and cracked a whip as well. A flippin' whip. What the heck?
Like the whole bar just was like, I mean, the whole place stopped. Like, what the was that? So I just walked right up to him. I said, "Hey man, we have to go." And I called you guys before he really escalated because I could just feel it, man.
What was the
But
conversation?
he was out here cracking the whip. Like I was afraid he was gonna hit me with it. I couldn't tell if he was gonna hit me with it or not.
What was the conversation when I was getting out of the car and the other gentleman was like,
That guy was sitting at a table with his wife eating dinner, and he walked up and started saying like hitting on him. And they're like, this is not a bar right now, it's a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, we still got families in there eating. So he was, I guess, I didn't realize, I hadn't even gone back in to be like, okay, who and what? And so he came out pissed off and was standing there going, "You need to get out of here sooner," you know, and he was just out here and he was just antagonizing us, you know what I'm saying?
How many times would you say that he was told to leave?
5.
Half a dozen?
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
And like I said, when I called you guys, I had already asked him 4 or 5 times, and you could tell he was getting ready to pull the whole "I'm not leaving" thing.
Okay.
So.
Well, then all of a sudden, when I pull up, he wants to leave.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But do you want us to put old boy in the back?
According to WDKY TV, Mason was charged with second-degree disorderly conduct, third-degree criminal trespassing, and resisting arrest. On top of that, Animal Control said that mule was about 100 pounds malnourished, according to the TV station. And we're not done. 2 days later, still in December, Mason is arrested again for allegedly riding that mule drunk.
Dog, you guys.
We didn't do this.
Dog, you guys are okay? I'm not okay. In general, bro, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to, mule psychology said I had to ride my mule away from the dog pound. I'm putting him in a trailer and I'm taking him home.
Where's the trailer at?
Dog, just right here and hide over me, okay? Come on.
Hold on, you can't. They don't want you.
I'm not trying to leave, brother.
No,
Just get ready to get close to me and hurt me, okay? I'm sorry.
Here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
Here's the deal.
Yes, sir.
We got a call
For what?
that you're still intoxicated.
No, sir. I have not.
So that's all I want to
Sir, I have
do.
not had a drink today.
Okay, and that's all I need to do is confirm that, and you're on your way.
Certainly, buddy. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's all I want to do.
No problem.
Can I come over here and check your eye?
No.
That's all I'm going to do.
Dog,
Check your eye.
Can you hop off, tie him, and then
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not getting down, sir. No, sir.
then we'll have to come up to you.
I'm going to go to the trailer and I'll put him in the trailer, okay?
Where's the trailer at?
Come here in Highburger, guys.
Oh, hold on. No, don't leave. You're fleeing the scene. You're fleeing. If you go,
I've never seen a police chase on a horse. How do you pit maneuver a horse? Is my question. Can you use spike strips? I don't think that should be allowed. I'm pretty sure that you can't spike strip a horse.
To arrest you. Hey, you're going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested. You're under arrest, sir.
Officers then chased down Mason. It's a high-speed chase of a man on muleback.
Crazy. Oh.
Do not reach for the gun. Do not reach for the
I'm not.
Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships from Chris, whose profile picture has him on horseback too. Okay, so you're a good person to ask. Can we pit maneuver a horse? Is that allowed? Is that something they can do? I don't think it should be something they could do. I'm pretty sure you can't use spike strips either. Pretty sure that would hurt the horse's feetsies. We don't want to do that. It's not the horse's fault. We're going to give them some bananas for the gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate. Oh, geez, I got to get used to this new tripod I got. It has a mind of its own. Okay, all right. I need a longer cord, I think is the problem. There we go. How do I? Oh, it has to go this way. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships, Chris. You're the best. And Zena. There you go. Appreciate it.
I'm not. Don't hurt me, please.
Turn around. Turn around now. Turn around. Who's got cuts? Who's got cuts?
Right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ow. You're hurting me. You're hurting me.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting, sir. I'm not resisting, sir. I'm not resisting, sir.
Right here.
Where's the gun?
He's got a gun.
He's got it on him?
Yep.
You're hurting me. Ow, ow, you're hurting me again. Ow.
Where's the pistol?
Ow.
He's got it.
Ow.
Take
Ow.
it.
Ow. Ow.
What?
I threw a fucking out in this pocket. In my jeans, guys. It's in my jeans. My jeans, guys. I just took it. Ow, you're hurting me, sir.
Yeah, well, too bad.
No, I told you I was bringing my mule in the trailer where he was safe.
And I said you were under arrest.
I did?
You chose not to. You chose to flee.
All you had to do was talk to us for a second, buddy. That's all you had to do.
No, sir, I tried to talk to you, sir.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
I don't think I did. I don't think I did miss super chats. If I did, they didn't show up over here.
It's over there in front of you. I'll come and get me.
Oh, you got a lot of publicity for this. That's
Yeah, dog. Really don't like cowboys. I see that. I was just
I
trying to.
consider you a cowboy. Whatever.
Do what? Dog, I wanted to talk to you people, but not. I didn't trust y'all, man. Y'all just hurt me out. My back.
Sit down.
It hurts. It hurts. God damn, it hurts, guys. Dog, I'm trying to. Stop hurting me. Please stop hurting me. Guys, please stop
I
hurting
showed
me.
that one already.
Dog, please stop hurting me.
Did you check his boots already?
No, I was going to take those spurs off. Probably just needs to take his boots off.
At the jail, take my boots off, okay? They know. No. Hey, Dominic, man, can you guys pick up my change? I ain't got no money, man.
That's as far as it'll go
Man, I
back.
ain't got no money, guys. Come on, I need my 20 cents.
We'll get it.
Yeah, it must suck. You want me to untie that, bro? I will.
Got it.
Okay,
I'm about to
thanks.
cut it, actually.
Please don't cut my whip. It's expensive, dog.
Cut it.
Thank you for not cutting it.
We shouldn't have been.
Dog, I can't even ride a horse. It's not a horse, bro.
When you're told to stop by police, you're supposed to stop. Are you that stupid you can't figure it out?
Oh.
I told you guys, are you that stupid? I was getting my mule to the trailer where he was safe. Y'all just made it's buttons, bro. It's just buttons.
Okay. You don't
Okay.
have to tell me what everything is. I can clearly
Dog,
see
I was
what's
just
going
trying
on.
to be helpful.
I don't give a
Just trying to be helpful.
Where are you from?
Man, I live in Murray.
Do you?
Yes,
How
sir.
long have you been here?
About 12 years, probably.
What's your name?
My name's Cody Mason. I got a bunch of taser marks on my back from just the other night. You guys tased on me. Sorry, man. I got a little nervous, man. I found out, dude.
Maybe you're the problem, sir. If you have taser marks from the other night, you could be the problem. I am so sorry if I missed your milestone, Vicky. I do see it over here, but I can't go back that far on restream. So thank you very much for renewing your membership for 3 months. That's amazing. Time flies, doesn't it, Vicky? We'll give the dog some treats for that, for sure. Thank you so much. And Ava stole Zena's. Of course, Ava is a terrorist. She does that. There you go. Thank you for renewing your membership. I'm sorry that I missed it.
See the attitude, man.
No, man. Hey, listen, all you had to do is
Dude,
stop.
and
I was wanting to work with you.
Dude, totally, man. I want to work with you guys too.
All I was
gonna do, dude.
I promise. I promise.
See if you're okay.
Have you been drinking
No,
today?
sir.
Let me just, while I got you here, let me check. Let me just check you out.
Please do, sir.
It's kind of late, but. Okay, yeah, you've been drinking.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes,
I have
sir.
brain damage like a. I've been out there at Tyler Murdoch's getting that trailer, dog. I'm nasty from. It was stuck. Larry! Larry!
You haven't been drinking at all?
No, sir.
Can I do a breath test for it?
Sure.
I don't have a super chat from you, Colin. I had a donation. Was it on Venmo? I did have a donation from you on Venmo, but I don't see a super chat from you. But yeah, I'm gonna check Venmo again here in a second to see where we're up to. But I did see a donation come through on Venmo from you for Maria.
Hey, you got one handy? I got one.
Well, this officer told you if you don't stop, you're going to be placed under arrest.
You wanted me. You tried to my mule dog, and I couldn't let you get close. I could not let you hurt me or my animals, sir.
All I was going to do is check your eyes, see if you were
Dog.
okay.
Okay, blow. Just big blow. Constant. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good. Keep going, keep going. Okay, that's good.
Will we read?
You take a second.
Zeros?
Zeros.
Yes, sir. I ain't been drinking, dog, I promise.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Ain't no problem, man.
You said you had brain damage? That
Yes,
could
sir.
be the nystagmus.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have a condition called caddis-seal.
Okay.
Hello, dear.
Hello, hello. Fun times.
Get in the car. Get in the car.
That trailer, he wanted to show off. He's been at the shelter for freaking 45 minutes showing off to myself. We were watching my camera.
Hey, Emily.
Just leave.
Emily.
You want to talk to him?
In a second.
Okay.
Deep breath.
Yep.
I'm scared the horse was going to get hurt, or y'all were going to get hurt. I was like, hell.
It says it's a villain.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's not nice because I just was pulling my hair out trying to figure out where looking different places to see if I could see a super chat. So Colin, not nice. Also Todd 181 $5. Thank you so much. I know Maria is really going to appreciate this. I really hope to meet her someday. I did just text Shane that the next time she has a court case to let me know, and I will take the day off work and drive up there to support her in person. Plots. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's real. It is. No, the trailer.
Yeah, that guy in the trailer.
Mr. Larry was at the shelter.
That's not funny. Stop laughing, legal fiction. That's not funny.
You like this all the time?
Biggest part of the time. My question is, Larry was originally going to take it home to his house.
Sure.
Is that okay?
If it is with him.
We don't have proper facilities. You know, we did it over the weekend as an emergency.
What's your name, sir? Larry. You want Larry to take the horse to your house? All right. Yep.
Yeah.
He said take it home.
Sounds great.
It's a mule.
It's Mule.
Whatever.
His name is Deet.
His name's
Son of
Deet.
what?
Deet.
Zeets?
Deets.
Okay, Deet is a very cute name for a horse, by the way, or mule, whatever it is. It looks like a horse to me, but they keep saying mule. Deet is adorable.
Very nice.
How you spelling it?
D-E-E-T?
Deets,
So
like
he's
a
charged
lonesome
with
dove.
cruelty for beating the hell out of a horse. Or mule, whatever the heck
He
it
is?
Yeah.
All right, can you get that horse taken from him, or you'll take it
That's
from
what
him?
Bevel's talking. Well, Bevel's the one who charged him. So he goes before a judge apparently tomorrow. And I said, let the judge say that we have to keep it, because if we have to keep it, that's thousands of dollars on the county. So it's up to y'all. Because Murray PD is the one that charged him. I didn't.
So what's going to end up happening is he's going to get out of jail and he's going to get his deal in.
Well, it'll be at his house.
Well, unless he takes it somewhere else. Yeah, it's fine.
So, I don't know. I don't have a proper address on him. He gave me an Indiana address. Because I don't have an ID.
You know where he lives? You know his address?
I don't know, no. Hey, buddy, I'm sorry. Can my friend please take my wild rag off? I know he'll be gentle and he won't hurt me. Can you please take my wild rag off, my bandana? It's very hot, dude. I'm burning.
I'll get it. Where do you live at?
Please let my friend, because I know he won't hurt me.
I won't hurt you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, okay?
Where do you live at?
It's just like a tie knot, okay? Thank you, brother, for not hurting me. I appreciate that.
We'll put it up front.
Thank you. Send it to, hey, if you don't mind, hey, bro, sorry, can you send it to Larry? I know you'll take it.
He wants you to have this. Can he have your... Oh, yeah, he already asked me.
Honestly, buddy?
Yes.
Can I please take this sweater off? I'm burning the up.
How about if I just leave the door open?
Thank you. That'll work, man. Thank you.
He like wants him to undress him.
Hey, Emily.
I said,
Emily.
yes, sir.
I'm sorry, man. My friends that are better mule men than me, they told me that for mule psychology, I need to ride that mule off.
But when they tell you to stop, you gotta stop, man.
Yeah,
Regardless.
I know, darling, but I was scared they were going to hurt me because they just did.
Well,
And I just
that's
wanted
how
to
you
make
get
sure-
hurt, is running.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to make sure my mule gets that trailer. And they told me, hey, Emily.
So, where
they
we're
told
going
me
with
that
it?
they showed up and they had a call that I'd been drinking.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna take it.
They said that they got a call that I had been drinking.
No, I called him and told him that you were messed up because you're hiring a kite. Are you
I
on
have
something?
brain damage.
I used to be a drug user. I know.
Man, that's cool. I have brain damage.
All right. I'm going to shut the door.
Larry. Hold on, bro. I'm sorry.
What do you need?
May I just please talk to Larry? May I please talk to Larry for just a moment?
Hey.
Stand right there.
Hey, Larry.
You can't hear real good.
He wants to talk to you real quick.
Hey, Larry. Yes, sir. You've been with me all morning. And Emily called him and said that I was higher than a kite. You've been with me all morning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I know, dog. I hate it. They rolled up on me and told me I've been drinking and it scared me, Cope. You know how it is. What? It scared me.
All right, I'm going to shut this door.
The next day, Mason was charged with third-degree fleeing and second-degree cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
In the case involving the raccoon, Mason, according to online court records, is due in court for a preliminary hearing later this week. That will do it for On the Case.
That will do it. That was crazy. We had all sorts of animals in that one. I guess I should have just had this be an animal show. That was crazy. I am debating. I'm debating. What time is it? It's already 10:17. Let's see. What do you guys think? Should we do another one? We'll do some of this one. It's a top 10. So before we do this, I want to thank people, and I'm just going to say first names because I know that on Venmo your real name comes through, but I want to thank everybody who helped Maria tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love this community, and I love that we can all come together and support somebody who really deserves it, I think. So Chuck, Patrick, Colin, Mark, Peggy, Darren, Judy Lynn, thank you very much for donating on Venmo. Like I said, I will be matching up to $50 of that, and we've way surpassed $50. So thank you so much to everybody who donated on YouTube as well. Unfortunately, it takes like a month and a half to get that money. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to talk to Mr. Zed and see if we could just do it all now and then maybe push some other stuff back or move some stuff around or whatever, because she needs it now. So, her court cases are coming up and stuff like that. And I want her to have the freedom to fight this if that's what she chooses to do. I will keep you guys updated. I will let you know. I will post anytime I find out any new information. I've asked Shane to keep me updated, right? So, which means you guys will stay updated. I didn't reach 6K tonight, by the way. Oh, over 6K now. So, how awesome is that? Let's make that bigger. Thank you so much to every single person who is subscribed right now. I love you guys. I just gonna say it. I love you guys. I love that you appreciate what I do because I enjoy doing this, and it's nice to have my voice heard. I'm a middle child. I didn't get heard very much when I was growing up, right? Everybody just talks over me. That's what happens in my family. So you guys are here to listen to me, and I love that. I hope that I bring some sort of value to your day and to your life, whether that be safety tips, which I love to give out. Safety tips, stay safe, don't be a victim, and sharing people's stories like Maria's, like we shared a couple of weeks ago, and everybody has come together to help support her. So I appreciate that very much too. Let's watch these 10 animals that got arrested. I'm not sure what this is. Somebody sent it to me just now. So we'll see. Animals getting arrested. I didn't know animals could get arrested. Let's find out what happens.
Feed us. They are our loved companions, and sometimes they just simply amaze us. But just like with us humans, every now and then a bad apple comes along, and not even those in the animal kingdom can escape the law. Let's have a look at some weird, wacky, downright bizarre, and sometimes horrifying world of animals that got on the wrong side of the law. In 1924, the governor of Pennsylvania, Gifford Pinchot...
I have to say, on my channel in the past, we've covered cocaine bears. Just one bear. One cocaine bear. Cocaine sharks. Apparently, there was some sort of drug runner that lost cocaine overboard. A shark got it. And also cocaine hippos. Did you guys hear about the cocaine hippos? That's an interesting story. Apparently, there's just cocaine addicted hippos running around Mexico. So that's that.
Had a black Labrador named Pep arrested for killing his wife's cat in broad daylight in their front yard. Pep was marched to Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary, where he was given his own prisoner number and had to sit down for a mutt shot. For nearly 4 years, Pep served his sentence until the governor's wife set the record.
A mutt shot.
Straight. Pep wasn't a cold-blooded killer at all. In fact, the Pinchots bred labs, and they gave Pep to the prison in one of the first official attempts to use animals as therapy dogs to help reform prisoners. Pep's reputation as a killer lost him some street cred in the cells, but he was such a good boy that the inmates decided not to hold it against him for too long. Instead, Pep lived such a happy and full life that he turned even the coldest hearts soft with his presence. When Pep's long life came to an end, he was given a full funeral service, complete with coffin bearers and a gravestone by the prisoners who loved the convict canine so dearly. We know that the French love their wine.
I love that these prisons that have programs where they bring in dogs and the prisoners train dogs. I was speaking to Second Chancer is the name of the channel. Second Chancer. He's bigger on TikTok. I think he's got like 1 million or a couple million or something on TikTok. I do have, he has a charity as well, secondchancer.org. It is listed as one of the charities that I support in my channel description. If you're feeling generous, you can go look at all of those charities and donate to them directly. We don't need a middleman. But he was telling me when I was interviewing him about dogs that they would bring into the prison, and they were like rescue dogs that needed training. The prisoners would train them, and some of them, if they were, it has to be a certain temperament of dog, but they would train them to be either seeing eye dogs or cardiac arrest, or like cardiac alert dogs, things like that. So actual service animals. And the prisoners are actually doing something, giving back to society. And the dogs have a great time doing it. The prisoners have a great time doing it. And I think it's a wonderful program. His program that he runs, secondchancer.org, actually helps people when they first get out of prison to find a job, to find housing, all of the essentials to help decrease the recidivism rate. So check that out.
Their wine, but it turns out that they love it so much that they took a swarm of weevils to court for damaging their vineyards. Yep, you heard that right. In 1545, in Savoie, France, a swarm of beetles were tried for the crime of eating too many grapes. The bugs were given the right to be represented, though the gluttonous beetles did not think it was necessary to attend the proceedings themselves. Whatever that lawyer was paid, it wasn't nearly enough. The man managed to convince the court that the weevil's gluttony was more likely to be cured by prayer than incarceration or extermination. He won the case, and the court ordered an official call for prayers from the church and the nation. And it worked for 30 years. The weevils retreated for 3 decades, with no reported damage to French vineyards. But when they returned, it was with a vengeance. Again, the case of the pests was brought to trial, with the same lawyer to defend them. This time he argued that the bugs had more right to the land than the farmers did, and if the humans had any decency, they'd at least supply the insects with their own land, away from the farms. How the trail went, we'll never know. Because ironically, the rest of those records were so damaged by insects when they were stored that we can't read the rest of them. Either way, France still has weevils, and there certainly is no record of any patch of land reserved just for them. We'll just have to assume that the genius lawyer...
The records were destroyed by bugs. They're I think that's an additional crime, right? Destruction of evidence, hiding evidence. I don't think they're allowed to do that.
...was able to negotiate some sort of agreement with the courts. Let's go over to England and have a look at the case of the suspected spy who survived a shipwreck. Did we mention that the sole survivor of that wreck was a monkey? After a storm rolled in, sinking a Neapolitan warship, the monkey who was on board managed to make it to shore in England. It was dressed in a tiny French uniform and was probably kept as a pet by the sailors on board. But the English did not see it that way. The monkey was stripped of his uniform, charged by a full court, and found guilty of espionage. It was hung on the beach, where it was washed up in the first place. And now, 100 years later, the football team, Hartlepool United, still has a monkey mascot, and balloons with images of monkeys are tossed around by the crowd, all because of this ridiculous trail. The English are nothing if not ironic. The case of the pigeon arrested for suspicion of espionage is a remarkably modern one. It was arrested in 2015. We'll spare you a full-on history lesson. We'll keep it to the highlights for now. India and Pakistan haven't exactly had the most civil relationship in the past, and still to this day, even though shaky peace treaties and agreements have been put in place, there are still clashes happening every now and then in the district of Kashmir. Though Kashmir is technically part of India, both countries claim that it belongs to them. In 2015, a pigeon was found near the border with a message stamped on its body. It was written in Urdu, a Pakistani language, and had a partial phone number within the message. Indian authorities seized the bird, held it in custody, and subjected it to X-rays and veterinary observation. In the official records, it was stated that the bird was a suspected spy and was held as a prisoner until police could prove otherwise. On the police's side, all of the documentation was official and run by the books, but Indian and Pakistani civilians had an absolute ball when they got wind of the arrest. Memes flooded social media, and the hashtags #IfIWereAPigeon and India vs Pakistan started making their rounds. At least the citizens thought this was a monumental joke, and for once, the two countries' people actually agreed on something. The pigeon and the whole debacle surrounding it deserved every bit of ridicule they could throw at it. There's no word on what happened to the poor pigeon, and understandably, authorities have decided that it is best not to address the matter to the public in fear of being mocked openly on the streets. But this wouldn't be the first time an animal was arrested under suspicion of being a spy. Pakistani officials arrested a monkey in 2004 after it crossed the border and managed to evade arrest for a whole week. He was finally apprehended and kept in custody for a few weeks until authorities could conclude that he was not a threat to national security. The animal was sentenced to a life behind bars by being sent to a local zoo where they named him Bobby. Since we're on India, here's another case from there. Rhesus monkeys have been ruling the streets of India for hundreds, if not thousands of years by now. These primates have become so organized that they've even formed gangs that take possession of certain districts. And if a monkey from a rival gang dares put his paws in another territory, the monkey gang that
Has anybody traveled to one of these countries where there's just monkeys roaming around the streets? That seems terrifying to me. I think I'd be a little scared, honestly. I went to a place in Honduras, I think it was. I think it was Honduras, and it was like a animal rescue, like they rescued animals, and they had monkeys there. And this little shit stole my sunglasses. This little monkey stole my sunglasses right off of the top of my head. I don't like monkeys. I don't like them. They should all be arrested. Yeah, let me know if you've been to a place where they're just out in the wild. This was it wasn't necessarily a zoo, it was like a sanctuary or whatever. But they had monkeys there where you could go interact with them, and they're little thieves.
Controls that neighborhood will swiftly tear the trespasser to shreds. Now, this is all fine and well if the monkeys are just focused on killing each other, but when their criminal behavior starts affecting humans, it becomes a downright dangerous and bloody affair. They break into houses, destroy property, and when pickings are slim, the desperate primates from mobs that fall on single individuals who are walking alone. They'll tear at people's eyes, bite, and scratch every piece of flesh they can reach, and the sheer numbers that they can pack on top of a person can be so extreme that people are in very real danger.
That's horrifying. Did you see their teeth? They have dog teeth. I mean, they're obviously monkey teeth, but they have the ripping out people's eyes. What are we doing, monkeys?
Of dying from the assaults. They even started attacking children walking to school
by
throwing bricks at them so that they could steal their lunchboxes. In 1996, monkey jails were instituted in districts that had an especially violent problem on their hands. Problematic monkeys were caught with traps and tranquilizer darts and sentenced to the primate prisons without the possibility of parole. The prisoners, some jailed for minor petty crimes and others for assault or property damage, were not allowed a free trail, and they certainly had no chance at ever seeing freedom again. These monkey prisons ran all the way into 2004, and that's when the monkey activists' voices were finally heard. The ganglord monkeys are still being rounded up in droves, but at least now they are sent to reform school with the possibility of release for good behavior, and authorities are sure to place
What is the recidivism rate for monkeys, I wonder?
Conditions around their release. If they continue to reoffend in the outside world, well, then all of their rights are again revoked and they have to spend the rest of their lives behind bars. In 2007, 2 men stole a Mazda 323. The car was later found, but the men were still at large. The townspeople of Kwara, Nigeria, decided to take matters into their own hands when police failed to locate the criminals responsible. A few days after the theft, the people of Kwara brought a black and white goat to the police station so that it could be arrested for the crime. According to them, one of the men who'd stolen the car used black magic to turn himself into a goat to avoid prosecution.
Do you want another Planet of the Apes? This is how you get a Planet of the Apes.
Authorities booked the goat and put him under observation to see if he turned back into a man. But after several days with no results, they put out a notice for the goat's owner to come in and claim it. The farm animal was in custody for almost 2 weeks, but you'll be happy to hear that it was treated well and received plenty of snacks. And the department's spokesperson had a few funny quips about how terrible the goat behaved during interrogation. At least the police found the whole affair humorous enough. The actual car thieves are still at large, and we're sure that Skippy the goat has put his life of crime behind him. In 1474 in Switzerland, a hen was mistaken for a rooster at a marketplace. When she eventually laid an egg, the city of Basel was in an uproar. Obviously, this was the work of the devil. So in an act of civilian law enforcement, The residents of the city took what they thought was a rooster into custody and held a trial for him. The rooster, masquerading as a hen, was deemed guilty of crimes that were, and I quote,
Yo mama, who has traveled the world, by the way, says that monkeys are filthy. People want to visit the ones on the Rock of Gibraltar and don't listen to the guides when they say don't try to feed them or pet them. A lady in our tour was seriously hurt. Oh, I need to hear that story. Like, how was she hurt? Did she get her eyes gouged out? Let us know.
highness and unnatural, whatever that's supposed to mean. The reason for all the madness was the common belief at the time that if a rooster laid an egg, the egg would hatch out a basilisk. The chicken was burned at the stake, and the muggles of Basil were spared the possibility of a basilisk slithering around the streets. Oh wait, that's
The muzzles of Gaggle?
Harry Potter.
Oh,
Maybe the citizens of Basil forgot
like,
to destroy
what?
the egg, and somehow it made its way to Hogwarts. France has a habit of putting animals to death. Their history is full of colorful arrests that usually end in execution. Since there are more cases like this than we can count, we've settled on a particularly dramatic one. The year was 1386. A farmer and his wife were out in the field with their baby. When the baby fell asleep, they took the rare opportunity of silence and peace to take, well, a roll in the hay on a ball of hay, just a few yards away from the sleeping infant. Obviously preoccupied with their carnal activities, they didn't see the sow coming closer to investigate the sleeping bundle. The pig attacked the baby, maiming the boy's face horrifically. His injuries later caused his death. In these kinds of cases, usually a mob would form, and the animal that caused the death was dispatched by stoning or by simply being beaten to death by the crowd. But not this time. The courts were brought in, and the sow was marched to stand trial. There, she was given gentleman's clothes so that she could be dressed appropriately for her sentencing. Before she was marched down the street with screaming and wailing mobs pelting her with rotten food and insults, all of the pigs in Normandy were lined up and made to watch as she was walked to the gallows and was publicly hung.
I've been to Normandy in France, and I didn't see any information about this at all. There's no placard where it happened. I saw no statues of the pig, nothing like that.
The murderous swine squealed her last. Her fellow pigs, who were watching in the crowd, were reminded of what happens to child killers, whether they be human or swine. Mary was a 5-ton Asian elephant that was raised in captivity, and she was the star of the Sparks World show's
I know this story, and I'll tell you why I know this story, because my friend Steven, who's been on my show a couple of times, we did a sports thing, a sports ball episode this past February on Super Bowl weekend. We did the January 6th episode. We went over the whole thing about January 6th. He's been on, but he did a segment on this about on his show about Mary the elephant. And it happened. He doesn't live there anymore. He moved to Nashville, but he used to live in this area of the country. It happened in northeastern Tennessee. And it's a very interesting story.
show's traveling circus. She played instruments, caught balls,
By the
and balanced on her head.
Mary the elephant is innocent, totally justifiable.
Mary wasn't just a showstopper performer. She was actually very much loved and cared for, well by the owner of the circus and his wife. But when they reached Virginia, the circus employed a man by the name of Walter Eldridge. Despite his lack of experience, he was put in charge of feeding, cleaning up after, and leading all of the animals. One day, when Eldridge was leading the herd of elephants to their water troughs, Mary became distracted by a tasty watermelon, and when she didn't move fast enough for Eldridge's liking, he started whipping her with his bullwhip. That's a makeshift whip with hooks attached to its end. His weapon struck Mary and dragged grooves into her flesh repeatedly. Mary was understandably enraged, in pain, and confused by the sudden cruel treatment that she was being subjected to. She grabbed Eldridge with her trunk and slammed him into the ground. Then she stomped on him as he lay on the ground.
He deserved it.
The town of Kingsport was outraged at the death of Eldridge, no matter what the circumstances were, and they formed a mob that fell on the circus. When the mob's guns failed to bring Mary down, they chained her up in front of the police station.
Horrible.
In order to save the circus's reputation and his business, Mary's own owner, Mr. Sparks, arranged for a public execution. The debate on how to actually sentence Mary to death took a few days to finalize. Crushing her between two trains, or tying her to two separate trains, diving in opposite directions to tear the elephant apart, even electrocution.
Like, I really think the people in this instance should be in jail. I don't think Mary deserved a death sentence. This is crazy. Seriously, these people were beating her and keeping food from her. What did they think was going to happen when you do that to an elephant? Elephants are really smart. Somebody said they're pretty smart. They're very smart animals.
1916. All of the options were weighed until they finally decided to hang her using a crane, and the biggest crane they could find. And if you thought this story was horrible already, just wait. It gets worse. Mary was marched to the gallows by her own herd. The chain was placed around her neck, and she was hoisted into the air. But the chain broke, sending Mary crashing to the ground. Mary, screaming from the pain in her broken hip, was hoisted up again with a new chain. And there poor Mary hung until she no longer moved in front of a mob that was screaming with whatever justice they'd convinced themselves of having. On a lighter note, since we need a little palate cleanser after the horrible case of Mary the elephant, most animals who commit random acts of mischief are ignored, or they can even become small-town celebrities in the places where they operate their illegal swindles. Sam the Seagull of Scotland has become a local legend for stealing food from a corner store. Every day, he sits outside the store, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to strike. When a customer leaves and the automatic doors open, Sam zips inside, steals a bag of Doritos, and runs back outside. But Sam isn't some common street thug. He's a real-life Robin Hood. He shares his booty with other hungry seagulls, and he almost always steals one flavor because cheese is the superior flavor, and even the seagulls know it. Or the 11-year-old New Zealand cat who's stolen over 3,000 pairs of socks from its neighbors. Oscar's owner has given up trying to locate the owners of the socks, so he just donates them instead. Sometimes Oscar feels a little extra frisky and brings home a bra or a pair of panties. The residents have tried leaving out socks for Oscar to dissuade him from raiding their washing lines, but Oscar's in it for the thrills, so he just ignores their gifts and raids the laundry baskets and washing lines instead, just to see if he can get away with it. And there you have it, just a handful.
I would be going nuts if I lost every left sock and then found out that a cat was stealing it.
Some of the most bizarre, funny, and sometimes horrifically sad criminal creatures to set their hooves and paws on the earth and in a cell. Have you heard about any other animal hijinks that managed to make it to the courts?
Yeah, there was one that I heard of. It was an elephant. It was another elephant who, let me see if I can find it really quick. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find it, but let's just see if I can. Give me a sec. I'll put on some music for you. Here we go. I found it. I found it. This will be the last story tonight, guys. If you want to, if you're thinking about helping out Maria, like I said, on Venmo, we're matching up to $50. If you do it tonight, get that in. And I will be collecting donations. If she's got a court date coming up, I'll give it to her right away. But I was thinking if anybody donates anything on Venmo in between now and 4th of July, I'm just going to give it all directly to her. So that, you know, I really want to help her out as much as we can. If anybody who's got a channel, Doc, I think is here. John is still here. Anybody who's got a channel who has an audience, Mark, let your audiences know if anything that comes in on KDZ Crime Venmo in between now and 4th of July weekend. I will give directly to her. This is a crazy story. This elephant kills a woman and then goes to her funeral and tramples her corpse. This is how this woman, this elephant did not like this woman. And I don't know what she did to this elephant, but I'm sure it was something. When you say elephants are smart, yes, elephants are smart.
Sure, this next one was a plot of a Korean art house movie I once saw, but with an embittered, vengeful woman in the place of a massive, angry elephant.
Yes, this has given me an idea for a film. This is a Telegraph. An elephant killed this woman.
Which is horrible.
Which is a horrible story, and I'm sorry about this. This is in India. Then it gets funny. Because this 70-year-old lady, she had a good innings. Come on. All right, I don't want to get tweets from India, but look, this poor lady died at a watering hole, 70 years old, got stamped to death by this elephant. And then, the funeral later that night, the elephant came back and they took the body off the pyre and then trampled over her corpse again.
This elephant really hated this woman.
I don't know what did this woman do to the elephant, possibly. But I've had an idea now for a horror movie type thing. You're going to love this, mate. This is right up the street, like a Jaws, but for elephant. Call it Trunk.
Oh, Trunk is good, yes.
It's a good title, right?
And all of this is happening, right, because apparently there are growing, escalating conflicts between elephants and people, and this is because of habitat and territory, right? Is that right,
Yeah,
Diana?
because the people are chopping down the elephant's habitat, and elephants never forget.
Yeah, right.
Right? And
So you think this was deliberate? The elephant came back to get this woman?
Of course she did. Like, the elephant basically just went, you want to cut down my tree? All right, fine. And then, like, killed
Do you
the
know
old
what this,
lady.
I mean, I know we shouldn't laugh about the death of the poor woman. That is horrible. But something about this, it's reminiscent. Do you remember the Great Emu War in Australia in 1932, where local Australian farmers went to war, and the Royal Australian Artillery went to war with the local emus over territory? 20,000 emus took part in this war. Emus won. Farmers got driven off there. Yeah, it's an incredible
Well, here, in the last few years, 2 years, 1,400 humans have died, 300 elephants have died.
Yeah, so
in India. So this is a big
this is
deal.
getting out of control. We need to sit the people and the elephants around the table, have some truth and reconciliation, get the woman's family in.
Dirty elephants!
Thanks for that, Josh.
What we need to do is not have elephants chained at the ankle for our entertainment, and I think we wouldn't have this problem at all. Elephants are very sweet, nice creatures. They don't belong in captivity. I just that's my 2 cents on it. I'm glad they're not in circuses anymore. Yes, Colin, I did see that, and I went through the donations on Venmo a little bit earlier, but I'll run through those names again. Let me see if I can get it pulled up. I know people's real names come through on Venmo, so I don't want to dox anybody, but thank you, Chuck, Patrick, Colin, Mark, Peggy, Darren, and Judy Lynn for donating on Venmo, along with everybody who donated super chats. If you could mention it to your audience as anybody who has a channel, I'm going to put North Georgia Audit's channel in the chat right now, both of those body cam videos, and he did a good job of blurring it and everything like that. But if you just want to, when you're explaining it to people what happened to this woman, I showed the whole thing on my channel, but I'm not big on getting ad revenue anyway. Some of you, I'm sure, are. But this is just a hobby for me. It's not my career or anything like that. But my point being, the way they treated her after, the fact is horrific, and the way they're treating her right now is horrific. I don't know how else to say it, except I love this community. I love that we can come together and help somebody out, and it fills my heart with joy. Not that her dog died. Tito looked like a lovely dog. From what I hear, Tito is very sweet. I wish I could have met Tito. But that when something tragic like this happens, something unjust, in my opinion, happens like this, we can come together and support somebody. I appreciate it. If you want to see my take on the whole thing, 2 weeks ago, I went over the whole case 2 weeks ago. Exactly 2 weeks from today. I will see all of you back Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, possibly with a special guest. Not sure, still making plans. But Kfar and I will be doing an episode of Booze and Body Cams Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and back again on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, for your second dose of Booze and Body Cams. And on Fridays, don't forget, if you donate $20 or more, Kfar and I will take a shot of alcohol on air. Only on Fridays, though, because I have to work in the morning on Thursdays, so we can't do it Wednesdays. And of course, we'll be back again next Sunday as well. Have a great night, everyone. I'm glad you're able to make it. Let me get to the right screen so I can click the correct buttons. And thank you so much for all of your support, not only to me, but definitely for Maria tonight. I love you guys. Bye.
First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man, Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Won't you so loco? Show off your photos, throw out your Twinkies, throw up your ho-hos, tuck in them pinkies. Them shits a no-no. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. Brought to my attention by the man with the mojo. My 8th subscriber, I'm up at Goso. Jump in them Sinkies and dump them mimosos. The first Florida man was Hernando de Soto. First Florida man was Hernando de Soto.